Honorable colleague, let us maintain decorum, please. Honorable colleague, Honorable Nasarawa from Kano, please get seated. Thank you.
So I need somebody to second that motion for amendment before we, if he has a seconder, we can now go ahead. If not, so any seconder to that motion that this particular motion of Honorable Sada Soli covers the entire northern Nigeria.
Amendment.
Any seconder? Deputy Chairman, Rules and Business. But won't it water down that motion? But it's for you.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, distinguished colleagues. I am Bello Isa Ambarura, member representing Gwarabawa Ilela Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I am from Sokoto State. Mr. Speaker, before seconding the motion, let me just make a little amendment.
No.
Pointing out to.
You are Deputy Chairman, Rules and Business. You know it's outside our rules to do that.
Okay.
You stood up to second, and then if we are debating the amendment, you can bring up your suggestion. We are going to debate this amendment.
Okay, Mr. Speaker, this issue really has affected the entire northern part.
Are you seconding?
I'm seconding it.
All right. Thank you. Sit down. Motion for amendment have been moved that all northern Nigeria, all the cases of...
you came late and you are distracting the sitting. Mr. Kui, please go back to your seat. Honorable Kui, leader, allow him to go back to his seat. Please, you are distracting the seat.
Honorable Kui, obey the chief whip, please. There's a motion that is on the floor that has been moved for an amendment. I want to hear what you have to say about this, especially those from the north. Let me hear you, Honorable Gadi Yusuf.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My name is Yusuf Gadi. I represent Panshinkanki Kanam Federal Constituency. I'm from Plateau State. Mr. Speaker, Right Honorable Idris Wase earlier called our attention to the resolution of this House that there was a position to discuss insecurity. It doesn't stop us from taking specific motions that members feel to bring. Well, the day that insecurity matters should be discussed, members should have prior notice, because each state have its own peculiarity of security situation. So in coming up with a position at the end
let me clear you. From the Secretariat, that resolution was not in our vote and proceeding.
Okay.
So they are just consulted.
In view of that, Mr. Speaker.
But we can bring it in today's conversation.
In view of that, Mr. Speaker, merging the entire state, I think is not appropriate. Because the insecurity in Niger, Benue, Plateau, Kogi, Maiduguri, Zamfara, have its own peculiarities. The prayers may differ from one state to another. So I suggest, in my own opinions, that public importance regarding to insecurity should be taken based on peculiarity of those regions or those situations. But to harmonize them all, for instance, in Plateau, we have our own peculiarity that may differ from that one in Zamfara. So I suggest, Mr. Speaker, that they should come based on individual position.
Thank you.
Unless if we are taking a day to discuss security matters.
Thank you. Point made. Your position is situation, they are unique. They are not the same. What is happening in this state may not be the same thing happening in the other states. So applying similar strategy across board may not give the expected impact. That is your point. Any other person debating against this particular proposition that all the northern areas be included? Yes, let me hear from you.
Mr. Speaker, Right Honorable members of this Honorable House, my names are Right Honorable Bashir Zubairu Usman. Mr. Speaker, mine is an amendment on the prayer.
No, not yet. We are debating that amendment. We'll come back to you.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right. Still on that issue. Or someone, you're not from the north. Allow those from the north to talk first.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My name is Right Honorable Ino Garba, member representing Yamato the Federal Constituency. I am from Gombe State, Mr. Speaker. I want to call the attention of the last person on the floor on the fact that talking about this.
Are you for or against?
I am against.
You are against? I
am against because if we say insecurity and the difference in peculiarity is not a issue that will be resolved because of the peculiarities can be solved differently. When the 19 state governors of the North and the stakeholders come together and discuss, they will discuss the peculiarities and the solutions. You can remember, Right Honorable Speaker.
So you are actually supporting the amendment?
Yes, to bring all the northern states together to sit down and discuss the insecurity is better. Because before it was in the northeast, it now migrated to northwest, north central, and it will continue going like that. If we go state by state, it will not work. But if we come together, sit down, discuss, strategize the workabilities, and discuss the peculiarities, we can be able to put a strategy that will work for the entire northern states.
Okay, thank you. So what you are saying is that you're advocating for regional security integration strategy.
Yes.
Regional security integration strategy. That's what you're advocating. And that is against what Gadi provided. And that is in support of what the proposal of the amendment provided. I just want to, is there anybody that is against that amendment? That's what I want to hear. You're not from the north. I want to hear from those from the north first. Yes, Honorable Shetima.
Yeah.
We are coming to you. Let's hear.
Mr. Speaker, sir, honorable colleagues, I remain Lawan Shetima Ali, representing Brusari Gaidami Nusaripere constituency. I'm from Yobe State, sir. I want to concur myself with the previous speakers with the issue of security. But, Mr. Speaker, taking the issue of security, aligning it to only the northern states, 19 northern states, for us to decide or find a strategy or collaborate, whatever name you can call, we are talking of insecurity of the entire nation. There's no place where you can now say there's no insecurity in Nigeria. We have to face the reality. So if we are going to talk of insecurity, let's have time
Honorable Wase, please approach
to the
the chair.
House as a whole for us to discuss
Honorable
the issue of insecurity for the entire
Honorable
nation.
Wase, please kindly approach the chair.
Northerners or northern states are doing their very best. So go to the southwest, go to north central. I was even wondering when my deputy leader was saying Kogi has been the most peaceful state in the nation. When about 4 weeks ago, we are hearing about kidnapping of students. That have been released, but they have been kidnapped. So the issue of insecurity cut across the entire nation. So, Mr. Speaker, to me, if we are talking of security, let's have time, enough time, even if it will take us the whole day to discuss the issue of insecurity and later come up with a strategy position of the House and take it up with the executive. I think it's better than to now sideline any of the states in the nation to say this part of the country need to sit down and collaborate and whatever. So to me, let's take security seriously as a whole, even if it takes us the whole day for us to discuss and come up with a solution, please. That's my position, sir.
Thank you very much. I've seen that this is a topical issue that demands enough time for us to deliberate on it, on the issue of security. So we'll just scratch the surface today, but we are going to get one full day to discuss security. I think clerk and rules and business look at Tuesday or Wednesday of next week. and advise the chair one of the days that we can handle that. If it's not suitable, advise us on a day that is most suitable to take on security issues. All right? Yeah, just work internally and advise us on how to go about it. I think I want us to put a vote to that amendment so that we'll end this discussion. Because a lot of people want to comment on it. But before I do that, I want to hear from other people from other parts of the country. You know, I've been saying North should speak, but it's one Nigeria. I want to hear from you. Point
of order, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, what's the point of order?
Mr. Speaker, honorable members, next week, Monday, Tuesday or Wednesday, most of the members from the area that have been affected by the insecurity are out of the country. They are going for Hajj. So I think, please, we can be able to get a date.
Okay, the chairman rules and business and the clerk will work out a good day and that is suitable when everybody will be around for us to handle this. It doesn't have to be when you're on holidays. All right? I mean, a full day for security. It doesn't mean that we're not going to discuss security today at all. Let's hear from you, Osodinobi.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My name is George Ibezimako Osodinobi. I speak for the good people of Njikoka and Ochadunukofia Federal Constituency. I'm from Anambra State. As much as the motion raised by Sole is very important, I want to state, Mr. Speaker, that no state in this country is an island to itself. I want to make the facts known. And when insecurity of northern Nigeria is cured, where are they now pushing the other one? Is it not southeast, southwest, south-south? From the contribution so far, I feel that we had to, like you said, look at security holistically. We are parliamentarians, we represent 360 federal constituency, and there is no state that don't have insecurity in this country. Our brothers, sisters, mothers are not going to farm, and this is farming season, and the whole insecurity will snowball into. Therefore, I will urge the mover of this motion to see if he can step it down. Then we look at a day. I saw more.
I was thinking, what you wanted to say after of the motion to include the entire country, not just northern Nigeria.
I emphasized on it. I'm saying that since we are looking forward to discuss insecurity generally in the near future.
So we should include other parts of the country.
Yes, completely.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So the mover of the amendment, he's proposing that we expand it a little bit so that it will now include the whole country.
Yes, Mr. Speaker. Yusuf Ure, still speaking from Niger State. I agree with him in total, because what is happening in terms of insecurity in the north is equally happening in the eastern part of Nigeria. So, in view of that, I am of the opinion that we expand it to cover every part of Nigeria, and as such, Diana resubmit that the insecurity issue should cover the entire nation.
You know, you can't do that.
And again, I step down. That's what you want me to do. I step down the motion so that we can again think of carrying the entire nation as.
Okay, you're stepping down your amendment.
That's what you
Okay, so you're stepping down your amendment.
Yes, so that it will now cover the entire nation. His own is more superior in terms of argument because the entire country is ravaging.
Okay, motion to include all the northern, motion to include all the northern states of Nigeria.
And then that of the entire country is more superior.
Motion to include only the northern part of Nigeria is hereby stepped down by the leave of the House.
Yes.
Now, the question is, there's another amendment proposed by Osodinobi that your motion should be widened to include all the country. But I think the southern Nigeria should also come with a motion with all the states in the south, if that is what you want, so that way we will. Well, let's see if there's a seconder to that motion. There's a motion on ground, any seconder, that it should include all nations. Ibo someone.
Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, my name remains Ibe Okwara Osonwa Ukabo Hafia, and I represent the very prosperous people of Aruchuko Hafia Federal Constituency. I'm proudly from Abia State. Mr. Speaker, I rise to second this motion to include all of Nigeria and not just the northern part of Nigeria to this motion that all of Nigeria, we need to discuss the security issue. Mr. Speaker, I stand because I come from Abia State, and last week...
It's all right. You have seconded. Don't debate. Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Those in support of the motion as amended say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Motion is referred as read. Is Honorable Tojuku Chinedu Okere in the House?
Yes, Mr. Speaker.
Yeah, make it brief.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and my honorable colleagues. My name is Honorable Sir Tojuku Chinedu Okere. I represent the entire people of Owerri North, Owerri West, Owerri Municipal Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker and my honorable colleagues, I am an Owerri man from Imo State. Mr. Speaker, I rise to move this motion of urgent public importance, and I stand under Order 8, Rule 5, to move this urgent motion on the need to investigate the death of Mr. Ebuka Nwoko in South Africa and other cases of unlawful killings, torture of Nigerians living in diaspora.
Thank you. Any seconder to this motion? Yes. My sister.
Good day, Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues. My name is Honorable Gwacha Morin Chinwe. I represent the good and hardworking people of Oyi Ayamelum Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I rise to second the motion as ably moved by my brother, Honorable Tochukwu. Thank you.
Those in support that this matter is urgent say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The second leg of the motion. Yes. Jafaru.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Dear respected colleagues, I am Honorable Jafaru Leko, and I speak for and on behalf of a very good people of Bogoro, Dastafa, Balea. I rise to second this motion that the matter is urgent to be heard now. I so second, Mr. Speaker, Honorable colleagues.
Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Please go ahead with your motion.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, my honorable colleagues. The urgent need to investigate the death of Mr. Ebuka Nwoko in South Africa and other cases of unlawful killings, torture of Nigerians living in diaspora. The House notes with grave concern the recent reports of unlawful killings, torture, and inhuman treatment of Nigerian citizens living in South Africa. Informed that Mr. Ebuka Nwoko, 43, well known as Jeff, was allegedly murdered while in the custody of South African security officials in Daniels Call, Northern Cape, South Africa, expresses profound disappointment and condemnation of these avoidable actions by members of South African Police Service, which are a violation of human rights and the rule of law. Aware that Section 11 of the South African Constitution guarantees the right to life and as such upholds the dignity of human life. Hence, being a democratic state, it is obligated to treat all people with dignity and afford full protection of the law, regardless of nationality, color, creed, especially by law enforcement officers. The House is concerned that the recent tragic and painful death of Mr. Ebuka Nwoko, a 43-year-old Nigerian allegedly murdered while in the custody of South African security officials, is yet another harrowing example of the severe mistreatment our compatriots face overseas. Saddened that Nigerian lives are continuously devalued and disregarded, even in nations that claim to uphold democratic values and the rule of law. South Africa, a nation we once looked to as a beacon of hope and progress, now stands as a stark reminder of the systematic injustice and abuse our people suffer abroad. Believes that we cannot continue to turn a blind eye to the plight of our citizens in the diaspora. Their cries for help and justice can no longer go unanswered. We must take decisive action to protect the lives, rights, and welfare of all Nigerians, regardless of where they reside. Emphasizes the need to engage with the relevant authorities in South Africa, including the South African government and law enforcement agencies, to ensure that justice is served and measures are taken to properly investigate the circumstances surrounding the death of Mr. Ebuka Nwoko. We owe it to our citizens both home and abroad to take a stand against the systematic injustice and abuse they face. The House resolves to observe a minute silence in honor of the deceased, Mr. Ebuka Nwoko. 2, to mandate the House Committee on Diaspora to investigate the murder of Mr. Ebuka Nwoko in South Africa and other cases of unlawful killings, torture of Nigerians living in diaspora, and report back to the House in 4 weeks for further legislative action. Number 3, to call on the federal government to prioritize the protection of lives of Nigerians living abroad and leave no stone unturned in pursuit of the justice for our compatriots who have suffered injustice and oppression in the hands of foreign nationals. I so move.
Very pathetic that Africans are killing Africans within the African continent. What is the spirit of Ubuntu? Any seconder to this motion? Honorable Agwacha, second the motion.
Mr. Speaker, distinguished colleagues, my name is Obi Agwacha. Mr. Speaker, I represent the great people of Iguano, Umuahia North and Umuahia South Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I'm from Abia State, the home of the most performing governor in the Federation, Dr. Alex Oti. Mr. Speaker, I rise today to second the motion on the plight of the diasporans, ably moved by the Chairman Diaspora, Honorable Tochukwu Okere. I so second.
Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. This motion is referred to Committee on Diaspora as well as Committee on Foreign Affairs. Let's have Honorable Yusuf Gadi. Please make it brief.
Mr. Speaker, honorable members, Yusuf Adamu Gagdi, I represent Panshinkanke Kanam Federal Constituency. I'm from Plateau State. I rise to rely on Order 8 Rule 5 to move a matter of urgent public importance in respect to isolated criminal killings in Panshinkanke Kanam and kidnapping activities within the local communities of the federal constituency, and to equally rely on Order 5 Rule 3 by suspending all other relevant rules to enable me move this motion. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Any seconder? Agilo.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My honorable colleagues, I am Umar Agilo, member representing Makarfi Kudan Federal Constituency. I am from the northwestern Nigeria of Kano State. I rise to second the motions of urgent public importance, the post leg from my very good friend and brother, Honorable Yusuf Gadi. I so second, Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues. Thank you.
Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The second leg of the motion. Yes.
Right Honorable Speaker, sir, my colleagues. I'm Hussaini Mohammed Jallo from Igebe Federal Constituency of Kaduna State. I hereby second the second leg of motion, heavily moved by my colleague. I so second. Thank you.
Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Yusuf, make it very brief, straight to the point.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, honorable members. This motion is an urgent call for swift action in respect to killings, isolated killings, kidnappings, and other criminal activities going on within the four angles of Panshinkanke Kanam Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, the House notes that there are several documented evidence of deliberate threats, kidnapping, and assault targeting members of Panshinkanke Kanam Federal Constituency of Plateau State. The House also notes, Mr. Speaker, that on the 17th February 2024, it was reported and confirmed that the APC Publicity Secretary in Plateau State, in the person of Silvanus Namang, was shot in the headquarters of the Panshinkanke Kanam Federal Constituency at Panshin Local Government of Plateau State, and he died as a result of that particular incident. Again, the House also notes that the lifeless body of one of the former members of the Plateau State House of Assembly in the 8th Plateau State House of Assembly, Honorable Sunday Muchen, whom we have served together with in the Plateau State House of Assembly, was also found in the forest of Bokos, linking to Panshin local government. Further note that the kidnapping of a priest and alleged involvement of the financial secretary of the same church and other members of the church in that act, as well as the abduction of lecturers of Federal College of Education, Panshin, now known as Federal University of Education, in addition to several killings and kidnapping activities in the federal constituency. Concerned that Kanam Forest has now become a safe haven for bandits, Boko Haram, and other criminals as a result of influx from other states that are affected by banditry and other criminal activities. Also concerned that the attack in the forest of Panshin, Kanke, Kanam, the road that linked the three local governments of the constituency, and other kidnapping activities of local farmers have been going on unabated. Worried that members of these communities are highly vulnerable to inadequacy of police personnel, civil defense, and other security personnel to police such areas. Disturbed that report of diverse acts of violence have been made with such frequency that a failure to address this problem portends great danger to the people that I represent, that is the people of Panshinkanke Kanam Federal Constituency. Resolve, sir. 1. Observe a minute silence to honor the soul of the APC Organizing Publicity Secretary, Honorable Silvanus Norman, the former member of the Plateau State House of Assembly that was equally killed, Honorable Sonde Muchen, and the departed, and all the departed, and extend heartfelt condolences to the families of the deceased. Urge the Chief of Defense Staff to establish and increase military bases in Kanam, specifically to be located in Garga axis, which link the forests, and Gumgat, the area that connect the local government to Tafa Balewa Bauchi, a local government in Bauchi State. 3. Call on the Inspector General of Police and the Commandant General of the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense to deploy additional personnel to the affected areas in Gumgadi, Garga area, Panshing Road, and Kanke to avoid attacks by armed robbers and killing of local farmers. 4. Urge the Director of Department of State Service to conduct a discreet security operation in the area with the aim of flushing out bandits and other criminal elements that have found those areas as their safe haven. 5. Call on the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management, and Social Development, and the Director General of National Emergency Agency to provide relief materials to victims that have been attacked in the 3 local governments. 6. Mandate the Committee on Police Affairs, National Security and Intelligence, and Army to ensure compliance of these prayers. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me this opportunity to move this motion.
Thank you very much. Any seconder to this motion? Maki.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, my honorable colleagues. I'm Abubakar Maki Eleman. I'm from Jigawa State. I represent Madam Kaugama Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I rise this afternoon to second the motion heavily moved by my honorable colleagues, Yusuf Adamu Gaddi. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, my honorable colleagues.
Straightforward motion. Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. If you may recall, the first motion that involved the killing of somebody in South Africa requested for 1 minute silence. And again, this also requested for 1 minute silence. May we rise for 1 minute silence? The souls of the departed rest in perfect peace. This motion is referred to Committee on Police, House Committee on National Security and Intelligence, House Committee on Army, and House Committee on Legislative Compliance. Honorable Billy Osaworo.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. My honorable colleagues, I remain Honorable Chief Dr. Billy Famous Adesuwa Osaworo. I represent the good people of Orionwo Federal Constituency of Edo State, and I remain the proud Benin Chief. Mr. Speaker, I'm standing on Order 8-5 on the urgent need to investigate the alleged misappropriation. Order 8-5 to suspend all relevant rules, Mr. Speaker, to allow me move this all-important motion on the urgent need to investigate the alleged misappropriation and illegal expenditure of frontier exploration funds by the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, NNPCL, without the prior approval of the National Assembly as required by the Petroleum Industrial Act 2021. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
The motion on the floor is that we suspend our rule to enable us have these.
Order in the House, please. Order.
To enable us have these as the fourth motion of the day. Any seconder to that motion? Any seconder to that motion? Yes, Honorable Kuye.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My name remains Hadimori Alikuye. I speak for Shomolu Federal Constituency.
Honorable Jimmy, please
from
approach the
Lagos
chair.
State. I rise to second the motion ably moved by my friend, Honorable Billy Osawaru, has been urgent enough to be taken. I so move. Second, sir.
No, the motion is to suspend our rules and enable him take the fifth one because we'll take another 2 or 3. So you are seconding the motion that will suspend to enable us take the fourth one.
Speaker.
Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. You can now move your motion.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My honorable colleagues, the House knows that Section 4.2 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, as amended, empowers the National Assembly to make laws for the order and good governance of the Federation or any part thereof.
Honorable colleague, when we amend so that we can take the next one, it doesn't mean you go straight to the motion. You still move. We have cleared the path for us to take the fifth motion. But whether or not your motion is urgent still need to be determined. And whether or not it's urgent enough to be had today still need to be determined. So it's about 3 motions you move before you move your main motion. You have moved the first one. We're waiving our rule to take the fourth one. That brings you into the space legally. The next one is to move that this matter is urgent and that it's urgent enough to be heard today. So this is what I want you to move before you go into your motion, please.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Yes, Mr. Speaker, I move that this matter is urgent enough to be moved today. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Any seconder to the first leg? Yes, sir.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, honorable colleagues. Agbedi Yechim Frederick is my name. I represent Sabama Kremo Federal Constituency. It's coming. I'm from Bayelsa State. Mr. Speaker, I rise to second the motion that this matter is urgent enough to be taken today.
Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The second leg of the motion, any seconder? Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My respected colleagues, my name is Honorable Adam Hashim Ranga, representing Ningiwarji Federal Constituency from Bauchi State. I scan the motion ably move my honorable colleague. I so scan.
Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Please move your motion and make it as brief as possible, please.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The House knows that Section 4.2 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, as amended, empowers the National Assembly to make laws for the order and good governance of the Federation or any part thereof. The House also notes that Section 88(1) and 2 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999 as amended, empowers the National Assembly to conduct investigation into the activities of the authority executing or administering laws made by the National Assembly. Mr. Speaker, the House is also aware that Section 9(4) of the Petroleum Industry Act 2021 establishes the Frontier Exploration Fund to be 30% of NNPC Limited's profit oil and profit gas, as in the production sharing, profit sharing, and rig service contracts. Mr. Speaker, the House is further aware that Section 9(5) of the Act mandates NNPCL to solely utilize the Frontier Exploration Fund for the development of frontier acreages and utilize the funds to carry out exploration and development activities in the frontier acreages subject to appropriation by the National Assembly. Mr. Speaker, the House informed that the NNPC Limited has consistently assessed and expended funds from the Frontier Exploration Fund without prior appropriation and approval by the National Assembly as required by the Act. Mr. Speaker, the House further informed that hundreds of millions of dollars have been irregularly withdrawn from this fund and expended on white elephant projects, unauthorized and illegal projects that appear patently illegal and in contravention of Western laws and due to process requirements under the Constitution and the PIA. Mr. Speaker, the House is disturbed that this alleged conduct by the NNPC Limited grossly undermines the oversight powers of the National Assembly over the expenditure of public funds as enshrined in the Constitution. It also represents an affront to the principles of transparency, accountability, and probity in the management of public finances. Mr. Speaker, the House emphasizes that such brazen acts of illegality, if proven, cannot be condoned under any circumstances, as they breed a culture of impunity, undermine our laws, and sabotage our collective efforts at institutionalizing fiscal discipline and good governance across all sectors. Mr. Speaker, the House acknowledges that this is a grave financial misconduct and has far-reaching implications on our ability to effectively conduct oversight and enforce compliance with all Western laws, including the PIA, which we work so hard to enact in pursuit of transparency and accountability in Nigeria's petroleum industry. It is thus incumbent on this House, as representatives of the Nigerian people, to take prompt action to investigate this matter and ensure that all perpetrators are brought to book. Mr. Speaker, the House resolves to mandate the House committees on petroleum resources, downstream, midstream, and financial crimes to investigate the alleged misappropriation and illegal expenditure of frontier exploration funds by the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, and to report back to this House within 4 weeks for further legislative action. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much. Any seconder to the motion? Yes, madam. Yes, madam. Is that Blessing? Madam, go ahead. Someone off your mic so that others can speak.
Good morning, Mr. Speaker. My distinguished colleagues, I am Blessing Chigeru Amade, representing the good people of Port Harcourt Federal Constituency 2, an Ikwere woman from River State. I hereby stand to second the motion as ably moved by my colleague. I so second.
Motion will be moved and be seconded. Yes.
Mr. Speaker, respected colleagues, my name is Ahmed Idris. I represent West Africa Constituency, Plateau State. Mr. Speaker, I want to appreciate the mover of this motion and to thank him for bringing to the House notice of what he of the allegation, if I may use the right word, of what is happening there. And he has come aptly to capture and speak about the act which was passed by this National Assembly and asking for probity in accordance with the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria's provisions. This I support, and I do not want us to exacerbate. However, what he's asking us to do has just to do with one committee, and that's upstream. I think we must also learn to restrict ourselves to areas of jurisdiction so that we do not have conflict. Just as we are querying the agency, if at all it happened of doing extra or going outside the law, we should also not be seen going outside the law. My amendment is that it should just be restricted to the upstream committee. Thank you very much, sir.
So your amendment is that they remove financial crime?
Every other committee, because it has not got to that level. It's the upstream that are supposed to do that investigation and report back to it. If there's need for us now to go further after their investigation, that is when we shall invite financial crime and the rest. For now, it is application of funds not in accordance with the act establishing the agency. And the oversight function of that particular work is the upstream committee, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Any seconder to this? You want to second? Let's give other people opportunity. You seconded before. Any seconder to this motion? Yes.
Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, I am Abubakar Yahya Kusada. I represent Kankia Kusada Nga Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I am from Katsina State. I rise this afternoon to second the amendment moved by Honorable Ahmed Idris Owase. I so second. Thank you.
Those in support of this amendment say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Those in support of the motion as amended say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Motion is hereby referred to the Committee of the House on Petroleum Resources Upstream. Honorable Maki, please move your motion, but straight to the point.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My honorable colleagues, I remain Abubakar Maki Leman. I'm from Jigawa State. I represent Malam Dori Kaugama Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, by your leave and the leave of my honorable colleagues, I want to suspend all our relevant standing rules to enable me move on a matter of urgent national importance under Order 8, Rule 5, that need to stop the incessant and gross-mob killing of military personnel on peace mission across the country. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Any seconder that is urgent, we have waived our rules that we can take extra motions of urgent public importance. Any seconder to this? Yes, Okonkwo.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My name is Honorable Uchenna Harris Okonkwo. I represent the people of Idemili North and South Federal Constituency, and that's in Anambra State. Mr. Speaker, I rise to second that this motion is urgent enough to be heard. I so second.
Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The second leg of this motion that is urgent enough to be heard now. All the way, yes. Deputy Speaker with a small d.
Right Honorable Speaker, sir, very distinguished colleagues, I remain Honorable Engineer Shehud Alhatu Tapoki, member representing Paskari, Kankara Sabwa, and from Katsina State. I rise to second the second leg of the motion, ably moved by my senior colleagues, Honorable Maki Leman. I also second, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much. Those in support of this motion say aye. Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Honorable Maki.
Honorable colleagues, on peace mission across the country. Also note that this act of acting and killing military personnel is often carried out through surprise attack on military formation, including checkpoints and even those on routine patrol. Suddenly, by recent brutal attack on military personnel at a checkpoint at Obikabia Junction in Abia State, where 5 soldiers were horrendously murdered by suspected gunmen. Also, sudden that the perspective of the act destroyed and burned down the military vehicles at the checkpoint, while some soldiers narrowly escaped with gunshot injuries. Aware that these military personnel were on a peace mission in their service to their fatherland and ensuring the security of lives and property in that area. Stop this form of attack and killing of military personnel by gunmen in the southeast and other parts of Nigeria has a potential of depending the morale of our armed forces, endangering the lives and property of Nigerians and affecting the war of insurgents, which has no far recorded and success. Worry that it could also lead to retaliation attack by the military and cause huge collateral damage on the people. Mr. Speaker, my honorable colleagues, resolved, urge the House to observe a 1-minute silence for the soul of the 5 military personnel killed in the horror incident. Mandate the security agencies to conduct a thorough and wholesome investigation into the circumstances that led to this gruesome and disproportionate murder while executing retreat in the application of military force on civilians. Mandate the House Committee on Defense to interface with the armed forces of Nigeria to ensure compliance and report to the House within 4 weeks. I so move, Mr. Speaker, my honorable colleagues. Thank you.
Princess Ononuga, please second.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My highly respected colleagues, my name is Right Honorable Adeomi Oriyomi Ononuga. I represent Ikene, Shagamu, Remo North. I am from Ogun State, and I rise to second the motion ably moved by Honorable Maki Yaliman. I so second.
The killing of those who set out to defend us. It's a very painful situation. Like the motion says, it demoralizes these security men who sacrifice all to stand for us. Before I put the question, Honorable Jimmy, you are raising your hand.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, honorable colleagues. I remain Baba Jimmy Benson. I represent the very good people of Ikorodu Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, again, it's a very, very, very sad day. A couple of months ago, our armed forces, our most prized assets, who sacrificed day and night to keep Nigeria one, to keep Nigeria safe, are randomly killed by non-state actors. Mr. Speaker, it is indeed extremely sad. These killings are very provocative to the armed forces. But however, I must commend your swift intervention. Information reaching us was that you visited the locus in quo in Abia State, your states, and you commiserated with the families of the slain. You also helped raise money to help douse the tension, which is extremely high. This non-kinetic approach of yours is very commendable. Mr. President has also intervened. He promised to ensure that the perpetrators of these heinous crimes are brought to book. However, these sporadic killings have become a daily occurrence, and same must stop. I hereby urge, according to Maki, us to follow his prayer and ensure thorough investigation, and also grant at your approval a 1-minute silence for the repose of the slain soldiers. I so support, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Chairman Defense. Who wouldn't support this kind of motion, especially as the Chairman of Defense? The men are slaughtered. It's a sacrilege. Former Chairman, Police, not Police, Navy, still the Chairman Navy, so security agencies. Let's hear from you.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Yusuf Gagdi, Panshinkanki, Kanam Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I appreciate you. We appreciate you and your proactive nature, and we commend the mover of this motion, my friend, Maki Yaleman. Like my counterpart, brother and friend, Chairman Defense did say, we appreciate the position of the President in this regard. But we must say something to the people we represent. We are here screaming against insecurity, and the institution responsible for the protections of life and properties of the citizens of this country are being demoralized by being killed on a daily basis, not only in the east, west, or anywhere, in the entire Nigeria. On a daily basis, Mr. Speaker, they must kill a police officer in the course of his duty to protect the life and properties of the citizens of this country. They kill civil defense on a daily basis. They kill land army on a daily basis who are at the front of war. They kill Air Force, they kill Navy. If Nigerians and we, their representatives, are advocating for the security of this country, and we don't give priority, we don't protect those people that are standing from morning till evening in the checkpoint, leaving their family very far away from them, we kill them on a daily basis. This is not acceptable, Mr. Speaker. We must take the gospel of educating our own community and supporting government effort to deal ruthlessly with any community that are found to be killing our security agencies on a daily basis. We want to hold them accountable for discharge of their responsibility. We want their morale to be boosted. We want Nigeria to live in peace. We want farmers to go to farm and farm. We want people within the Crete in the south, in the north, in the west, to do their business under a protected environment, and yet we kill the people that protect us. Mr. Speaker, I think it is high time we support government to deal with those criminals ruthlessly. Thank you.
Thank you very much. The criminals, yes, not the communities. Because, you know, the communities are not the culprits. Yes, the communities must be vigilant, but the culprit must be dealt with. We have a strong security system in Nigeria. And if they combine their efforts together, I am certain that no matter where the culprits are hiding, they will be found. And I'm happy that the voices of those who are in charge of the oversight function of the security agencies are spoken with one voice. Let me hear from Air Force, Chairman Air Force, because Navy has spoken, Defense has spoken, Police has spoken. I want to hear from you.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Your men are involved.
My respected colleagues, I remain Right Honorable Kabir Alasarurum. I represent Ranabun Kure Kibe Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I am from Kano. Mr. Speaker, my respected colleagues, this is a very, very important and delicate motion. Moved my friend and brother, Honorable Maki Alema, and jointly supported by the Chairman's Committee on Defense and that of Navy. It is true that the nation is facing a serious security challenges, most especially in a situation whereby our security agencies, the police, army, Nigerian Civil Defense Corps, are easy targets. They were killed and maimed at the caprice of the criminals. I support wholeheartedly the motion, the prayers and recommendations therein, and I hope the House and by extension the National Assembly, including Mr. President himself, to take decisive actions as moved in the prayer and by the mover of the motion. Mr. Speaker, I will equally thank you for finding time to visit the families of the deceased, to commiserate with them on behalf of the National Assembly and by extension the House of Rep. We commend you and we urge you to keep it up and urge all million Nigerians to also contribute to the welfare of the deceased family. Government cannot single-handedly be taking care of all the responsibilities of the deceased. The well-meaning Nigerian, everybody can come up and contribute so that the security and welfare of our security men and women, they can be proud of what the entire nation is doing to them, not only the members of the National Assembly or the executive arm of government. We have business community and other prominent personalities in this nation. So, Mr. Speaker, I am solidly behind this motion, and I urge House to adopt all the recommendations therein. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to add my voice. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Well said. Well said. Yes, we started raising money for them. We've delivered the first batch, and Nigerians are responding so mightily. Like you rightly pointed out, we can't leave the government to do all the work alone. Those widows, the orphans, the children, the fatherless in the barracks, they need our care. And we started a fund called the Peace Fund for Victims of Insecurity. It's going to go around the country, and Nigerians have been donating to that fund. We'll form a committee by the end of next week, around the 15th or so. The barracks will be visited again, and some of this fund will be distributed just to, as a non-kinetic means, to let the people know that we care for their welfare and that we are not in support of this slaughtering of those who are protecting us. This motion is a very important one. I'll just go straight to the question. Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. There is 1 minute silence that was prayed in this prayer, and let us rise to observe that. This is for all the security people, officers who have died in the course of their duty while protecting our lives and properties. May the souls of the departed security officers rest in perfect peace. This motion is referred to Committee of the House on Defense. Honorable Ali Jesse, this will be the last motion of urgent public importance as allowed by the Speaker, who is unavoidably absent today. Please let us have it straight to the point. Please listen very well to this motion. Speaker insists that we have to debate this motion. And let's listen to this motion so that we can make our contributions, please.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, my very respected honorable colleagues. I remain Honorable Ali Issa JC, PhD. I am from Balanga Billiri Federal Constituency from Gombe State. Mr. Speaker, I am coming under Order 8, Rule 5, to present this motion of urgent need to consider the implementations of minimum wage for Nigerian workers in order to ameliorate the current economic hardship. Mr. Speaker, my honorable colleague, I hereby move.
Any seconder to this? Yes, Ali Madake, please.
Mr. Speaker,
my highly respected colleague. My name is Aliu Sani Madaki, and I represent the Ala Federal Constituency of Kano State. I stand to second the motion as moved by the minority leader, minority whip, Honorable Ali Isa JC. I do second, sir.
Thank you. Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The second leg of the motion. Yes, Honorable Jonathan.
Right Honorable Speaker, my esteemed colleagues. My name is Gaza Jonathan Befi, and I represent the people of Karu, Kefi, Kokona Federal Constituency of Nasarawa State, and I rise to support this very important and timely motion that has been moved by the minority whip of the House. I so move. I so second, sorry.
Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Please move your motion, Honorable Ali Jesse.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, my honorable colleagues. Urgent need to consider the imperativeness of fixing a living wage for Nigerian workers in order to ameliorate the current economic hardship. Mr. Speaker, the House, cognizant to the fact that the global economic outlook as well as recent socio-economic policies of government have resulted in inflation, increase in electricity tariff, currency devaluations, and other diverse economic consequences, especially for Nigerians and Nigerian workers. Equally, cognizant that the government has been locked in negotiation with labor unions toward the upward review of the minimum wage for some time, agreement leading to an absolute commitment by imploring the labor unions to return to negotiation table. Aware that the National Assembly repealed and enacted the National Minimum Wage Act 2019 to fix the minimum wage at 30,000 naira, even when the proposal of the executive then has suggested 27,000 naira at the time being. And also aware that there was 40% wage award by the former president. Also aware that in line with Section 3, subsection 4 of the Act, the extant minimum wage, which commenced on April 18, has expired after the validity of 5 years on the 18th April 2024, thereby calling for a further review of the existing Act. Note that the implications of payment of 35,000 wage award by the federal government to public servants as one of the ways of cushioning the effect of current economic hardship, including the May 1st pronouncement of percentage increase in salaries of civil servants, has for the time being increased the total amount received by civil servants to 77,000 naira monthly. Also note that labor, employment, and productivity unions has since demanded for a living wage as against the minimum wage to meet today's economic reality. Mr. Speaker, my honorable colleagues, I want the House to resolve, commend labor unions for their commitment toward negotiating a new living wage for Nigerian workers at this very critical period, and resolve to call off the strike in the interim. Urge government to redirect the focus of negotiations from fixing a new minimum wage to fixing a realistic living wage for Nigerian workers. Urge government to further consider the downward review of electricity tariff to reduce the sufferings of Nigerians. Mr. Speaker, my honorable colleagues, I hereby move these very important and timely motions for the House to consider and look into it. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much. Any seconder to this? Yes, Honorable Bamidele.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My name is Bamidele Salam, representing the fantastic people of Ede North, Ede South, Ebedo Ray, Jibo Federal Constituency of Osun State. I rise this afternoon, Mr. Speaker, to second this very, very timely and important motion ably moved by the Minority Whip. I so second, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Before I put the question on this motion, I would like to hear from members, because the issue of the national strike that took place is a very important one that we need to address.
I should lead debate. Huh?
You want to say something before that? I thought it's straightforward. Okay, let's hear you. Let's hear you say something. But make it very brief so that others can contribute.
No problem, sir. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, my honorable colleagues. Mr. Speaker, I remember on Sunday, the leadership of the National Assembly met with the Nigerian labor unions, and during the negotiations, the labor unions have also shown commitment in ensuring that this matter is resolved, even though the leadership raises a very important issues to the Nigerian labor union. Particularly, is normal and is also legal for any union to go into strike to show their protest. But in most cases, there are essential services that also need to be given a very serious considerations. Information is available on Monday that there was no work, and yesterday morning, Mr. Speaker, a lot of lives were lost. Hospitals were not working. Electricity has been shut down all over the country, and this is very serious. I appeal to the labor unions and the government to ensure the 1 week provided for these discussions, let it be resolved. And in a situation that we could not achieve anything, then they have to consider special and essential services. Also, Mr. Speaker, I also want to commend the leadership of National Assembly for initiating the negotiations and discussions between the executives and the labor union. I also want the National Assembly to look at the Minimum Wage Act, which was valid for 5 years. Then we need to also look at it. I am also appealing to every Nigerian who is represented by a very respected honorable colleague in this chamber to support these motions and let it get the light of the day. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and God bless.
Thank you. So that we'll be well guided in our debate. So many hands. Ali Marake.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. My highly respected colleagues, Aliyu Sani Madaki is my name, and I represent the Ala Federal Constituency of Kano State. Mr. Speaker, my highly respected colleague, this is a very important motion. We are being faced as a country with the issue of insecurity, and then the next issue that is bedeviling Nigeria as a country, in my opinion, is that of corruption. We cannot truly fight corruption if we don't pay the Nigerian worker a living wage. And asking for payment of living wage, which we have done variously in this House. If I could recall, about a month ago, the minority leader of the House, with myself and some other members, brought a motion on payment of living wage, not minimum wage. And I believe what we are asking is provided for in our Constitution. Mr. Speaker, I want us to look at Section 16, 2D of Nigerian Constitution. It says that suitable and adequate shelter, suitable and adequate food, reasonable and national minimum living wage shall be provided for the Nigerian worker. So paying a living wage, and I know everybody here understand what living wage means. There is a difference between minimum wage and living wage. What the Nigerian worker deserves is a living wage. And I believe the federal government will see into it and make sure that a Nigerian worker is given a living wage in such a situation where he will be free to do his job. And when that person is then caught doing corruption, he can be properly and adequately punished. I therefore urge on all my honorable colleagues to support this motion with the speed of light. I so submit, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let's hear more from here, and then we'll come here, and then we'll come here. Minority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues, for yielding the floor to me. Kingsley Chinda, I represent Tobiabo Federal Constituency. I'm an Ikore man from River State. Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues, flowing from where Honorable Ali Madaki stopped, I will also want to say that if you read Section 16, which he has espoused properly, in conjunction with Section 14, which is one of the most quoted sections of the Constitution in this House, which provides for security of the citizens and their welfare being the primary purpose of government. As usual, again, I will postulate, can we say that as a government, we have succeeded in carrying out that primary purpose of government? Have we provided security for Nigerians? Have we taken care of the welfare of Nigerians? The answer to the two questions is no. We have severally talked about security, including today. In fact, it's as if one Nigerian life today equals to 1 minute silence. Now we're coming to the issue of welfare. And for several years, Nigerian workers have been complaining and crying concerning the issue of salary. Who earns 50,000 in this country and you think that a person can truly depend on a salary? Let's not deceive ourselves. It is not possible. How much is house rent? How much is your transport fare to your office and back home? And so we expect a Nigerian worker to earn as low as that and continue to serve this country. Let us stop playing the ostrich. Let's be realistic. Let's carry out our role to provide for the welfare of the citizens of this country by providing living wage for the Nigerian worker. It's really unfortunate when you hear a government talking about minimum wage and shying away from living wage. This House has resolved in the past that there is urgent need for living wage to be considered for Nigerian workers. However, having said so clearly, I will join the mover of the motion to commend the Nigerian workers for shelving the strike in the interim and allowing an opportunity for discussions and reconciliations of these issues. Although we commend them for doing that, I will also use this opportunity to also say that sometimes when we embark on some of these actions, we should not overstep boundaries. The area of switching off power in the entire country as a way of protest should be condemned. It is not proper. It is not opposite. Who are you protecting? People are in the clinic. Some persons, their lives depended on power at that moment, and you switch off the national grid. That was going too far. Whilst you have a good cause, whilst you're on track, you also need to adopt a proper process and procedure in pursuing that cause. So I will urge this House to please, with the speed with which we pass the national anthem, that we should also recall the Minimum Wage Act, reconsider it, and with that same speed, pass that act and ensure that we give the Nigerian worker a living wage in that act. That is the only way we can show solidarity with the Nigerian workers. We have the powers to make laws. Let us make that law. Let us pass it with the speed of light and allow the executive arm to either implement, assent, or refuse to assent. Where the executive arm refuses to assent, I think that will be the first call on this House for us to override Mr. President and ensure that that Minimum Wage Act is passed into law. I will therefore urge us to please support this motion and also add that the Minimum Wage Act should be recalled and reconsidered with the speed of light. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much. I think we've gotten enough from here. Let's take another two from this place. Stanley, please. Please make it brief so that others will have opportunity to contribute.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Honorable colleagues, I remain Honorable Adedeji Stanley Olajide. I represent Ibadan Northwest, Southwest Federal Constituency of your state. Mr. Speaker, thank you for yielding the floor. Let me echo some of the words of the minority leader. I think we need to take this one step further. I'm in alignment with everything he has submitted. We actually have to criminalize the part where we shut down the national grid. Shutting down the national grid is killing the same people we are protecting. The primary job that we have is to protect lives and property. You cannot go under industrial action and kill people legally, because shutting down the national grid, that was just one too many. I'm sure a lot of people died in the past few days of shutting down the national grid. We have to criminalize that. And secondly, Mr. Speaker, and finally, while we are all here, we support so many good initiatives. I think we need to take this. If an average Nigerian cannot buy a bag of rice in a month, and we're talking about 60,000 naira for minimum wage, I think we need to reconsider that position and actually do something that actually brings dignity to Nigerians. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much. Let's go all the way to the back with the black cap. With the black cap.
The Right Honorable Mr. Speaker, my revered colleagues, Oboku Abonsi Zibofoji is my name, representing Yenegwa Kulukuma Opokuma Federal Constituency. I'm from Bayelsa State. Mr. Speaker, let me thank the mover of this motion for his patriotism. This motion can only be taken by a pan-Nigerian, and I appreciate him for that. Mr. Speaker, let me also thank the leadership of the National Assembly for their concern that 11-hour meeting with the leadership of Labour. Though it was late, but it's better to be late than never. However, Mr. Speaker, my heart bleeds rising from the fact that what happened on Monday was quite unfortunate. For the fact that Nigeria were aware that Labour have been raising this issue of national concern, but the government of the day pretended that what happened on Monday, that we are now portioning part of the blame to Labour over the shortening of power. After all, the Labourers can no longer enjoy even the power because it's now meant for the bourgeoisies. It's meant for some person alone in government. Because what are they earning? That they can also enjoy life. So, to me, even the light that was short, I was in support. The aviation industry that was short, I was in support. Because that is the situation. When a man can no longer feed his family, what do you expect from that person?
All right, thank you. Let me guide you. Thank you very much. You see,
Mr. Speaker, I want your protection, please, sir.
Okay, round up, so that I can guide you. You know, the parliament must speak in terms in line with the laws.
Mr. Speaker, again, the inflation, why we consider to increase the minimum wage, I think I also want Labour to be sensitive to certain issues in the country. Recall that the last time that the minimum wage...
Okay, round up. We have to give other people opportunity.
Let me land, Mr. Speaker. I need your protection. The inflation rise up to a particular level. So why we want the minimum wage to be increased, we also expect that we should do it in line with the situation in our economy so that we don't overshoot the inflation. And the government should be very fast to resolve this issue because the 1 week is just tomorrow, so that we don't go into another, we don't postpone the doomsday. Thank you, and God bless all of us.
Thank you. Let me guide members of the parliament. We made the laws that controls the space that the unions operate. And that law is known as Nigerian Trade Union Act, Cap T14, Laws of the Federation of Nigeria, 2004. This law grants workers the right to strike, but also outlines limitations. Granted, you can strike, but there are limitations. And this you can find in Section 13 of the Trade Union Act T14, Cap T14, Laws of the Federation of Nigeria. This section restricts strikes in essential services deemed vital to public safety and well-being. So when we as Parliament will stay and will say they acted well, even when they acted outside the provisions of our law, I don't think that is where the Parliament will want to align herself. Let me also mention that Section 31, subsection 6 of the Trade Union Act, as amended, prohibits workers and their unions from organizing or participating in strikes if they are engaged in the provision of essential services, which many of you have addressed here. The first schedule to the Trade Dispute Act, as amended, defines essential services broadly, and that includes 1, public service, includes service in a civil capacity in the armed forces and industries connected with the armed forces. 2, supply of electricity This is our law. Supply of electricity, power, water, or fuel. Trade Dispute Act is very clear with regards to the areas they cannot extend their strike into. Number 3, broadcasting and communication services. You can't wake up and say the radios will not work, television shut down. People cannot know what is happening. It's like anarchy. You can't wake up and say maintenance of ports, harbors, docks, airports, and all that transportation means you are going to strike there. The law also says, number 5, public health services like hospital, sanitation, road cleaning, and fire service. These are essential services that are critical to community well-being, and their disruption is seen as having harmful consequences. So the public interest is more important at all times and should not be interrupted. So this public interest at all times outweighs the right of the workers, because it's not every member of the public that is a public servant. So this is what we must debate. We should look into that when we are debating this kind of issue, so that we don't go and tell Nigerians that the law says this, but that these people acted well, even though they acted outside the law. Let us hear from here, all the way from the back. Pastor.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. My respected colleagues, once again, my name is Engineer Aderemi Oseni. I represent the good people of Ido Ibarapa Federal Constituency. I want to sincerely appreciate this, the mover of this motion. And having said that, I want to appreciate all the people, my senior colleague and honorable members that have spoken on this issue as well. Few things that we need to address on this issue has to do with our position as an organ of government. We all agreed that Nigerian Labour Congress, they have the right to present their view and their expectation from the executive. But at the same time, just like the issue of switching off the national grid has been totally condemned, I want to, at this point, reflect on a few things that we need to understand as an organ of government while we are contributing, on this matter. The fact that the minimum wage...
Make it brief so that others can contribute.
Yes, minimum wage seems to be very low. It's understandable. But we cannot plan completely for the executive as the people who have control. They have the idea of the amount they need to spend annually in the budget. As a business leader, we shouldn't use the floor here to look at it as if whatever amount that we need to say it should be adopted or whatever Labour is agitating for. With the issue of pretense, we shouldn't be using inflammatory statements that the executive is pretending as if they were not seeing what the Labour Congress were talking about. I think that is completely shouldn't be discussed at this point in time, with an organ.
All right, thank you.
Like us.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Let's give other people opportunity to comment. Leader, let's hear you. Leader, put it on, it will work.
It's on.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and my respected colleagues. I am
Usman Bello Kumo, member representing Akko Federal Constituency from Gombe State. Mr. Speaker, this motion is a very important motion and very timely. Mine is just to draw the attention of this House that as an institution that is saddled with the responsibility of promulgating laws for the good governance of this country, we should equally play a mediatory role whenever there is dispute between employer and employee. I want to draw our attention to the fact that while we are discussing this very sensitive issue, we should be mindful of the fact that we equally have our limitations. You can neither discuss for or against when negotiations are taking place. Ours as leaders is to advise government to kindly, on behalf of all Nigerians, to do the needful and do it timely. And at the same time, draw the attention of the trade unions that while they are conducting their legitimate functions of negotiating with government on behalf of workers, they should be mindful of the fact that they should be guided by the laws of the land. Whereas some of them try to cross the boundaries, the laws of the land should call them to order. We have a nation, we have an economy, and it is the responsibility of all of us to always be mindful that you can be in government, you can be a civil servant or a public servant only when the land, when the government and the country exist. So mine is very simple. One, to urge government and labor union to kindly go back to the drawing board and do the right thing within the ambit of the law. Even the war going on in Gaza must end on a round table. All issues globally are sorted out on a table. But where you are going to embark on a strike, let us please, on behalf of Nigerians who are not civil servants, because where your right ends, somebody's right begins.
Thank you.
It is on this note. I guess I'm protected.
You are protected. No observation in sitting. You come by way of point of order and refer us to that order. But you are protected. Go ahead.
So,
but round up.
I align myself with the fact that we should, as a parliament, hasten in revisiting the issue of the minimum wage, the law guiding minimum wage, and the Trade Union Act, so that we put things in their proper perspective. Going forward, we should avoid areas that people should be crossing their boundaries while doing.
Thank you very much. We've been taking 2, 2, 2. We'll come back to do 1, 1, 1. So let's take 2 here. Kabiru, we'll come back. Please put your mic off behind the chairman of youth. The mic is on there.
Yes, thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Right honorable colleagues, I remain Kabir Ibrahim Tukura, and I represent the people of Zuru, Fakai, Donko, Sagu, and Sakaba Federal Constituency of Kebbi State.
Mr. Speaker, this issue is quite timely, and I must commend the mover of this motion. It is a topical issue that is burning in the country and needs to be discussed. First and foremost, I would like to state that you cannot end hardship with more hardship. What the actions of the labor unions has created untold hardships to the Nigerian masses for whom they are fighting a cause to elevate their living standards. There are so many deaths over the last 24 hours due to the lack of power, so many losses in business. A lot has happened. And like the Right Honorable Deputy Speaker stated, there are laws that guide strike actions, and there are areas that cannot be touched during strike actions. And one of such is power, the media houses, among many others. This action is quite inhuman, considering the untold hardship this has caused. However, to the crux of the matter, I believe that the Nigerian worker is in a dire state. I believe that there is need for a better living condition for the Nigerian worker. In a country where the minimum wage is 30,000 and the bag of rice is about 70,000 naira, my dear colleagues, this is in no way justifiable. We cannot keep our heads high and look at this happening. We have an urgent need to intervene as the people's voice to make sure that the executive does the right thing. The living conditions of the Nigerian worker are in a very poor state. Light is expensive, fuel is expensive. People barely eat. People barely eat. Transportation has become something else. Certain workers cannot even, their salary cannot even afford transportation for a week to come to their places of work because where they live is far from their offices. So there's an urgent need, like the motion states, for us to do something as a parliament, to call on the executive to please look at it and look at it with positive light. And I hope this motion passes in this House with the speed of light. Thank you very much. I so submit.
Thank you. We need one more from here, and I'm going to yield it to the doctor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My name is Dr. Alex Igbona, representative Beyako Federal Constituency. I'm from Cross River State. Mr. Speaker, there are so many contributions on this issue, but the major thing is, the issue is not whether government want to pay or not, but how much are they paying? How much are they paying? I don't know whether we can propose that government should pay about 250,000 as a minimum wage. So the issue is not on, and I blame the leadership too, even in government. But what the leadership and the government did was behaving like somebody who was staying in somebody's house. And your rent expire on the 31st of every the previous year. Then on the 30th, now run to your landlord to say, I beg you, I beg you. That's exactly what people did. Because Labour gave enough time for them to stop so that this issue can be trashed. But the leadership and even government were dilly-dallying until they pronounced strike. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Jimmy Benson.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, for yielding the floor to me. I remain Baba Jimmy Benson, representing the good people of the Ikorodu Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, this administration stands on 3 tripods. 1, they promised consumer credit. That has been done. If the consumer credit scheme comes into effect, it will ameliorate the efforts of workers. It will mean that workers can be able to purchase goods and services on a mortgage type arrangement. That bill has been signed into law. Its implementation is coming on stream very soon. The law will pass with the speed of light. Second of all, the student loan bill has come into effect. It is also to ameliorate the stress on workers and on students. The third one, which the government knows that it has to do, is the living wage that we are debating about. With or without pressure from the labor union, the government of the day already knows that Nigerians must earn a living wage. However, what I frown against is the shutting down of essential services as espoused by all the members that have spoken. This has consequences under the Criminal Justice Act. The government has been benevolent in not evoking those consequences. I agree, sir, that arriving at a minimum wage must also take cognizance of the organized private sector. If today we agree that the minimum wage is 70,000 naira per month, 13% of the beneficiaries will be civil servants, both in states and in the federal sector. How are we sure that the organized private sector, who constitutes over 80% of Nigeria's workforce, can afford it? So it is not as easy as sitting down and signing a bill. We need to do proper research. We need to involve the organized private sector. The organized private sector have a lot of SMEs. SMEs are the catalyst for economic growth. So it is not just pressurizing the government to pay 100,000, 500,000. It may be detrimental to the interests of Nigerians in the future. I personally, I always like to propose that minimum wage issue should not be an exclusive list issue. It should be a concurrent list. Some states can even pay higher than the minimum wage. As we speak today, I hear Edo State pays over 70,000 for his workforce. Lagos pays over 75,000 to his workforce. Some states cannot even afford to pay that. Why legislate a standard amount for each state? It may be detrimental to our affairs. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for yielding the floor to me.
Thank you. One here. Let's hear you. Oh, yeah. Honorable Idris, let's hear that gentleman has been raising his hand. Let's hear you. We'll make it very brief.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. My name is Ben Etana Benem. I represent Okbe Saple Uwe Federal Constituency. I'm from Delta State. Mr. Speaker, I've listened to the contributions, so far, and I have reservations. I think if we continue like this 1 week will expire and we will not settle these problems. We'll be talking about advice to labor. We are not talking about the solutions, to this problem. And from somebody from a labor background, I think we're not getting the point. See, even if we're in the side of law to say labor should not have conducted themselves, in this form, the labor man will tell you that if he's the one guiding or operating the national grid and he has not eaten, he has problems at home, you will not force him to sit down there and continue to work under essential, situations. So I want us to balance the ideas in both forms. My advice under this circumstance is that government should define their figure of minimum living wage to the Nigerian worker. They must define it. It's not just throwing 30,000, 40,000, 50,000, or 60,000. Whatever government is going to say on the figure, they should tell us how they arrived at that figure. Secondly, is that each time
Are you aware that there's a negotiation going on within these 5 days?
That is even the area I want to go to. And
are you also aware that we cannot stay here and speak for them on their behalf when they are not here?
That's why I'm saying solution.
So the solution is that there is a mechanism in place by the current government to engage with labor in the next 5 days.
Okay.
And that mechanism has been activated. All we are learning is our voice on how both parties, executive should listen to them, and then also should operate within the confines of the law that we have made. That is all our contribution should revolve around. And we have deliberated on this so much. So round up, I have one more.
Yes, just
here,
one last point. That's one last point. So I fear even the negotiations. Because those who are involved in the negotiations do not have the requisite knowledge for negotiation. You see, each time you go to
How do you know?
Yes, I know, because they are impatient. They are
How
impatient.
do you know? That is
Each
casting
time-
aspersion on those who are there.
That is the truth. That
The
is the only way
leadership
we
of
can
the
get a solution
House
to this.
and the leadership of the Senate were involved. Are you saying they don't know what is going
Mr.
on in the
Speaker,
field?
we have very experienced labor leaders in this House. We also
You don't have to be a labor leader to involve in a negotiation.
It will help you. It will help you to understand, to negotiate with labor. It is not just a mere social engagement. These labor officers are experts to represent their people. So you must
Thank
also
you.
have government people who know the nitty-gritty on negotiations to be able to get to a common point. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Please let me announce that our meeting is shifted to 3 o'clock with the leadership. Yeah, 3 o'clock, and the zonal caucus leaders, caucus meeting. Northwest is meeting at the former chamber, 0 floor. Northeast is meeting at the first floor of the former chamber. North Central, committee room 414. South-South, committee room 034. Southeast, committee room 301. Southwest, committee room 243. And the meeting is now 3 p.m. All of us will not speak on this issue because we've not even gotten into the business of the day. If we allow you all to speak, maybe for labor, we'll appoint another one day to address the issue. If all of us speak, we will not be able to leave here today. But let me allow Ozodinobi leader to say something. Make it brief, then I'll come back to the former deputy speaker and we'll round up, please. We have to honor him based on...
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My name remains George Ibezima Ozodinobi, representing Njikoka and Ocha, Dunukofia Federal Constituency. I'm from Anambra State. I want to thank the mover of this motion and the minority leaders who have spoken to align myself with their positions. Because if I don't speak on this topical issue, I'll be failing my constituents and the platform that brought me here. I want to say categorically that before now, in the last dispensation, Nigerians were shouting that they are in fire, but in this dispensation, they found themselves in frying pan, purely based on the first statement made by Mr. President that has snowballed into this very situation, which we found ourselves that we cannot control any longer. What am I saying, Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues? That Nigerians today are crying hunger everywhere based on a simple statement of subsidy removal that has made the entire economy into serious confusion. Therefore, I have not seen an economy as a finance expert where depression and inflation go in opposite direction. By the time they jam themselves, we cannot manage what will come to this country. Depression and inflation go in parallel line. Therefore, Mr. Speaker, the people I will thank most specially is not the labor union or us. I'm thanking the entire Nigerians for their patience. For their patience. This may not happen in most of our neighboring countries, and we remain like this. I want to thank them for their patience, and I want to urge them to continue with this, their patience. And finally, those who are going into negotiation, who are in negotiation now, I want them to have a benchmark in their negotiation. And that benchmark, I would suggest, the price of one bag of rice is 75,000 today. Let it be the list of negotiating and now put into consideration school fees of individuals, family. Put into consideration medical aspect of families.
Round up, leader.
If you put those, and those of them who don't have houses of their own, and put it into, I don't want to stand here to say federal government will put their salary into it, but let price of bag of rice be a benchmark from where they will stand and negotiate. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me the opportunity.
Thank you very much. Because of the meeting we have today, we're going to take second reading of bills 2, and we'll step the other ones down. Motions will take about 2. Consideration will take about 2. We'll do 2, 2, 2. Please, Chairman, Rules and Business, take note. We'll move the other issues on this paper to tomorrow's other paper, and we'll start early. Please, tomorrow, the matter of urgent public importance will only be 3. We will not waive our rules. Only first 3 is what we will take tomorrow, so that we can achieve some of the things we are not able to achieve today. It's very important that we have that. Please, make it brief, sir.
Mr. Speaker, respected colleagues, my name is Ahmed Idris. I represent Wasai, Federal Constituency of Plateau State. Mr. Speaker, respected colleagues, I want to appreciate the mover of the motion. I want to appreciate the leadership of the House and that of the Senate, by implication National Assembly, for the timely intervention and the effort made so far by His Excellency, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, because even before the negotiation proper started for the minimum wage, there has been other palliative on the ground to alleviate the suffering of the Nigerian workers and the populace. Mr. Speaker, I just want to go quickly that the primary aim of any government, first is welfare, security. This is what is enshrined in the Constitution. And so I want to align myself with those who are of the opinion that this matter should be resolved as quickly as possible through every other means to ensure that we have a peaceful nation. Mr. Speaker, the law of Nigeria recognizes that as a person, you are entitled to 1 wife, 4 children, and then your mother and father. These are the things that you are entitled to take care, even in the tax relief or whatever. These are the indices and the factors given to us. And so by implication, you are supposed to have that minimum wage that will cater for this number of persons. And I want to say that, sir, yes, government have tried in the past, government is trying now, but then we have to do a lot in order to cover the trenches. If you are to take the school fees of the 4 people that have aligned to you to pay their school fees as a laborer, and you have a 60 or 50,000, will it be okay? Will it take you home? If you are to take the cost of transportation to your own office, and if you are to consider the feeding opportunities they are supposed to get, and let alone take care of the health facility, this is not tenable. I want to appeal that, yes, we have done much, and I don't want those who are thinking that it is only Nigerian workers. One worker, by implication, have contact of more than 20 persons, if not 40, if not 50. And I'm saying, whatever you are giving to a Nigerian worker, 1 person, you are not giving it to him. You are, by implication, giving the addition of the other people who are also online, who stand to benefit from what you are giving him. And I also want to say that whatever we're going to do should be tenable. Mr. Speaker, industries that have been closed down. I want to tell you that, but the various policies, which mean a lot, and they are meant to enhance our own living. The revenue that government is now generating, that is given to states and local government, which is not trickling down, and some of them are arguing that they don't have the money to pay for the petroleum subsidy, the amount of money being generated. I believe the Nigerian worker is entitled, and he should have the best of living, so that he will give us his best in terms of contribution. Mr. Speaker, I don't want to believe that we have to wait for agitation to happen. Do not forget what happened during the ENSAS. All of us, we are running helter-skelter, and this should not be allowed to happen before the right thing is being done. My take is that government should resolve this matter as quickly as possible, taking factors of what I have mentioned I am sorry, I'm coming from the Labour background. I also have this party, and I want to say that what is going on now, yes, I appreciate Mr. President. He has given money a lot to the state governors and others. Today, some of them are celebrating their 1 year in office by just saying that they have given fertilizers to their people, not giving them good living conditions, not giving them infrastructure development, not giving them what is supposed to. Mr. Speaker, respect colleagues, I think we need to stand and speak right. This is the Nigerian Parliament, House of the People, that will speak for the people and for the people only, because they gave us this mandate. It's not by our qualification, by our status in terms of our society that we're here, but by their votes. And those votes mostly and largely are canvassed. When we want to go for election, we look for the Nigerian Workers' Forum to canvass with them. But now we are speaking for two sides of the mouth. I think it's not right. Mr. Speaker, respect colleagues, I want to say that Nigerian workers deserve a living wage they can carry home. Thank you very much. I so submit.
Thank you very much. Yusuf, you are the last, please. Make it brief.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Yusuf Gagdi, Panshinkanke, Kanam Federal Constituency. First, Mr. Speaker, briefly, I commend you. This is an opportunity given to Nigerians to know, given to us, to tell Nigerians that we are either representing them or not representing them. Sir, I have tripartite approach to my submission, because it is a known fact that the strength of every democracy world over is dependent on the capacity of its parliament or legislature, as the case may be, because the Constitution recognizes parliament, legislature as the first tier of government, arm of government, before the executive and the judiciary. The crafters of the Constitution, therefore, sir, have wisdom in identifying parliament, legislature as the first tier of government, because parliaments are supposed to be, like Right Honorable Ahmed Idris did mention, people's house, the representative of the people. But in as much as we are here to represent the people, our primary mandate again is to make laws for peace, order, and good governance. Mr. Speaker, we must be proactive. We should not only advise government, which I will do briefly, and advise Labour. As Parliament, we should equally advise ourselves. What the executive are doing, in my own opinion, they are carrying out the responsibility of the Parliament in the form of public hearings. The Trade Union Act is an establishment of the National Assembly. It is meant to be reviewed periodically. Why do we allow situation until the sector is being suffocated before we begin to blame one person or another? Whereas the Constitution of this country, the mandate of the people of this country, have empowered us to call that law periodically to checkmate it. Executive can call labor leaders at the round table, but sir, it is not enough. If you call public hearing, you will be inviting the entire stakeholders to negotiate on the subject matter of a living minimum wage. But when you allow executive to do the function of the parliament by refusing to amend the laws that are obsolete, that need to be adjusted at periodic level, we are bound to face these challenges. But be that as it may, Mr. Speaker, I am aware of two laws established by National Assembly: the Trade Union Act and the Trade Dispute Essential Service Act, particularly Section 2, which states clearly that you should not, trade unions should not engage in activities that suffocates or obstruct or disrupt the smooth running of essential service. We are crying for Nigerians here. The poverty, the prices of commodities in market, the standard living condition of the people is sympathetic. So it is very terrible. And here we are, fighting for trade union living condition. I agree, they constitute 13% of the population of this country. But go to equity with clean hands. Do not, in doing that, suffocate sectors like hospitals, where if it is not run, Nigerians will lose their lives. The primary responsibility of government is protecting the life and properties of its people. If the action of trade union, which is legitimate, negate those essential services, I don't think they will be doing fair to the people of this country. Finally, sir, they should not give wrong information. I understand personally with the opinion of the trade union, but why will you go to media and say a salary of political office holders, National Assembly of that matter? I don't receive the money that they publish in the front pages of newspaper. In the name of advocating for your standard living condition, don't give wrong and lie information about institutions is done inside the public against. We are concerned about the trade union, but Mr. Speaker, we should be more concerned about the over 2 million Nigerian population who are suffering, 200 million who are suffering, who doesn't have food to eat, who cannot buy kerosene, who cannot pay school fees for their children, who doesn't have shelter to stay at home. We should remember, we must be proactive, hold that bill, adjust it, call for public hearing. Stakeholders should consider that. If we have done our job, federal government will not be doing what they are doing now. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. I think we've had enough on this. I'm just going to put a question and make a comment so that the public outside there will know the summary of what we've been discussing here today. So I put the question, those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. So this motion is moved to Committee of the House on Labor. Honorable colleagues, the first business of the day is presentation of 19 bills, and I invite the clerk to read their short titles.
Right Honorable Speaker, honorable members, Auctioneers Registration Council of Nigeria Establishment Bill 2024 First Reading, Maize Export Prohibition Bill 2024 First Reading, National Farm Settlement Agency Establishment Bill 2024 First Reading, Nigeria Police Act Amendment Bill 2024 First Reading, Nigerian Cashew Utilization Board Establishment Bill 2024 First Reading, Information Technology and Innovation Bill 2024 First Reading, Witness Protection and Management Bill 2024 First Reading, Agricultural Research Council of Nigeria Act Amendment Bill 2024 First Reading, National Institute for Policy and Strategic Studies Kuru Act Repeal and Enactment Bill 2024 First Reading, National Board for Arabic and Islamic Studies Establishment Bill 2024 First Reading, Federal Medical Centers Act Amendment Bill 2024 First Reading, Compulsory Free Universal Basic Education Act Amendment Bill 2024 First Reading, Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 Sixth Alteration Bill 2024 First
Minority
Reading,
Leader and Chief
Fiscal Responsibility Act Repeal and Enactment Bill 2024 First Reading, Chartered Institute of Project Management of Nigeria Act Repeal and Enactment Bill 2024 First Reading, Nigeria Independent Warehouse Regulatory Agency Establishment Bill 2024 First Reading, Agricultural Research Council of Nigeria Act Amendment Bill 2024 First Reading, Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria Alteration Bill 2024 First Reading, National Youth Service Corps Act Amendment Bill 2024 First Reading.
Second business of the day is presentation of reports of the Conference Committee on a bill for an act to establish the Southeast Development Commission charged with the responsibility, among other things, to receive and manage funds from allocation of the Federation account for the reconstruction and rehabilitation of roads, houses and other infrastructural damages suffered by the region as a result of the effect of the Civil War, as well as tackle the ecological problems and other related matters and development challenges in the Southeast, and for related matters. This is standing in the name of Honorable Kingsley Chinda. Honorable Chinda is invited to present the report. Honorable Chinda.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues. Kingsley Chinda. I rise to pray that this House do receive the report of the Conference Committee on a bill for an act to establish the Southeast Development Commission, charged with the responsibility, among other things, to receive and manage funds from allocation of the Federation account for the reconstruction and rehabilitation of roads, houses, and other infrastructural damages suffered by the region as a result of the effect of civil war, as well as tackle the ecological problems and any other related environmental or developmental challenges in the Southeast states, and for related matters. Mr. Speaker, I so move.
Thank you, Honorable Chinda. Please, Honorable Bamidele, second.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Bamidele Salam, at the north and the south, Egbedo Jigbo constituency of Osun State. Mr. Speaker, I rise to second the motion ably moved by the minority leader for the submission of the conference report on the Southeast Development Commission bill. I so second, Mr. Speaker.
Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Honorable Chinda, please lay the report. The first order of the day is consolidation of 5 bills. Honorable members may wish to note that the bills are on the same subject matter. I now invite the Chairman, Committee on Rules and Business to move that the bills be consolidated. Is he here? Deputy Chairman, Rules and Business. Both the Chairman and the Deputy is not here. Please, Deputy Leader, move that this bill be stepped down. This consolidation of bill be stepped down.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, distinguished honorable colleagues. I hereby move that these bills to be consolidated and hereby stepped down.
Thank you. Minority Leader, please.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My dear colleagues, I rise to second the motion as moved by the Deputy Leader of the House. I so second.
Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Bill is hereby, consolidation of bill is hereby stepped down till tomorrow.
Oh dear. Mr. Speaker, I wanted to come on Order 15, Rule B. For this consolidation, I think it is wrongly couched because these bills are not of the same subject matter as provided in the rule, page 93 of this of our order paper, Rule 15, Order 15.
Can you bring this debate tomorrow because it's already stepped down? You are aware it's stepped down, so tomorrow we can look at it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Honorable colleagues, the second order of the day is commencement of debate on the general principle of a bill for an act to amend the Orthopedic Hospital Management Board Act Cap 010 Law of the Federation of Nigeria 2004 to provide for establishment of Orthopedic Hospital Biliri, Gombe State under the control of the Orthopedic Hospital Management Board and affiliated to Federal Teaching Hospital Gombe and for related matters. Standing in the name of Honorable Ali Issa Jesse, honorable members will recall that the bill was read the first time on Wednesday, 28th March, 2024. And I invite Honorable Ali to move that the bill be now read the second time.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My honorable colleague, I remain Ali Sajesi, PhD, representing Balanga, Biliri Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I am from Gombe State. I rise to move that a bill for an act to amend the Orthopedic Hospital Management Board Act, CAP 010, Laws of the Federations of Nigeria 2004, to provide for the establishment of Orthopedic Hospital Biliri, Gombe State, under the control of Orthopedic Hospitals Management Board and affiliated to Federal Teaching Hospital Gombe and for related matters. HB 1277. Mr. Speaker, I now rise to move that the bill should be read the second time. Thank you.
Any seconder to this motion? Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My name is Honorable Chief Mitema Obodo, and I speak for Ogbea Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I rise to second the motion just moved by the Deputy Minority Whip. I so second. Thank you.
Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. It's an infrastructure establishment bill, so I think you should move according to your paper.
No. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, my right honorable colleagues. I rise to lead a debate on this very important bill, a bill for an act to amend the Orthopedic Hospital Management Board Act, Cap 010, Laws of the Federation of Nigeria, 2004, to provide for the establishment of the Orthopedic Hospital Management Board and affiliated to Federal Teaching Hospital Gombe, and for other related matters. Mr. Speaker, my very respected honorable colleague, the bill is divided into 4 clauses. It is, first is to amend the 2nd and 3rd schedule of the Principal Act by inserting the proposed orthopedic hospital Plenary and the Federal Teaching Hospital Gombe State and those hospitals created under the regime, as well as the attendant affiliated teaching hospitals. Note that presently the orthopedic hospital in the Northeast, Mr. Speaker, my honorable colleague, note that presently there is no existing orthopedic hospital in the northeastern part of Nigeria. Most people, particularly that we have cases, we have to take patients and move them to Kano. So, Mr. Speaker, in the Northeast, as I said, we are appealing by having this hospital in Gombe State, it will assist in reducing the sufferness of Nigerians who carry patients and travel across some parts of the state in the country. And also, when the bill is passed to law, we have provisions of existing structure and a land of more than 10,000 square meters that the community has offered for this purpose. So it will also reduce the cost of governance because there's an existing structure that can be used in handling that one. Somebody is protesting. Mr. Speaker, my honorable colleague, I appeal to all my respected honorable colleagues to give this bill a very speed support to enable.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Mr.
You've gone beyond your minutes.
Information, Mr. Speaker. No, I say information. No, it's good to know so that you can converse better, sir. Yes, sir. Would you accompany me?
Yes, please.
Yes, sir. Mr. Speaker, respected colleagues, my name is Ahmed Idris. I represent Wasefere constituency of Plateau State. Thank you, my brother. I'm with you. I always align with you on whatever you want. But information is power. Orthopedic hospital is one of the most specialized, even within the hospital content. For the previous years of this Nigeria as a country, we only had 3 in the country. The one in Enugu, the one in Kano, and the one in Lagos. 3 were established by the last regime. And up to this moment, they have not taken off fully. And to take care of each geopolitical zone. So 1 was established in Benin, 1 in Jalingo, and then 1 in Jos, to take care of the remaining geopolitical, now giving it 1 per geopolitical zone. As I'm talking to you now, all the CMDs have been appointed, but advertisement has now been out for the directors of administration. So as you are conversing for additional, think about how to balance, because it's about constitutional duty of Nigeria. Maybe you come out with another 1 per zone, that will help to push. Otherwise, the way you are moving, it will come back, because to this moment, because of the quantum of money that is needed to put in, it's one of the most specialized area. We need, I'm with you 100%. I sponsored the last bills for the 3 ones that were established in Benin, in Jalingo, and the one in Jos. So I had conversation with the ministers and the Ministry of Health, and that's why I'm giving this solution. When you say there's no near zone, there's one near zone. But as you are canvassing for more, I think there's also need to also balance. Thank you very much, sir. These are my information for the House.
So do you think this information will alter your position?
No, Mr. Speaker, I don't think it can alter my positions. And I believe if you look at Gombe, Bauchi, Yobe, and Borno, most of the communities around rely on medical facilities in Gombe. So having additional one is also an importance, and people of Northeast will be happy. If there's any other person that want an additional orthopedic hospital in his zone, can also move another bill to support them, Mr. Speaker. Thank you and God bless you.
He's saying the more the merrier. Yeah, I think when it is referred to the committee, they will be able to look at the validity of your presentation, your debate, vis-a-vis the extant law with regards to what the former Deputy Speaker just pointed to. If the law says let's have one per geopolitical zone, we will see it when we are looking at it, and there will be public hearing on it. So I think it's a straightforward bill, and I'll just put the question. Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. This bill is referred to the Committee on Health, Specialty Care, and Services. Please, clerks, thank you for reminding me. Give us the long title of the bill, please.
Right, Honorable Speaker, honorable members, a bill for an act to amend the Orthopedic Hospitals Management Board Act, Cap 010, Laws of the Federation of Nigeria, 2004, to provide for the establishment of the Orthopedic Hospital Plenary, Gombe State, under the control of the Orthopedic Hospitals Management Board and affiliated to Federal Teaching Hospital Gombe, and for related matters. Second reading.
Thank you very much. This bill is referred to Committee on Health, Specialty Care, and Services. The third order of the day is commencement of debate on the general principle of a bill for an act to repeal the Nigerian Railway Corporation Act, Cap N129, Laws of the Federation of Nigeria, 2004, to provide for the formation of companies to take over the function, assets, liability, and staff of the Nigerian Railway Corporation, to develop competitive railway services, to establish the Nigerian Railway Authority, to provide for the licensing, technical and safety regulation of the railway, to provide a framework for private sector participation in the provision of rail services, and for related matters. Standing in the name of Honorable Blessing Onu, honorable members will recall that the bill was read the first time Wednesday, 8 May 2024, and I invite Honorable Onu to move that the bill be now read the second time.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues. My name is Blessing Onyeche Onu, member representing the good people of Otupo Ohimini Federal Constituency. I am from Benue State. Mr. Speaker, I rise to move a motion that a bill for an act to repeal the Nigeria Railway Corporation Act and enact the Nigeria Railway Authority Act be read a second time. I so move.
Thank you, but it is not a constitutional amendment issue. I was waiting for somebody to raise that, so that she'll be well guided. Yes, please.
Mr. Speaker, respected colleagues, my name is Ahmed Idris. I represent what's a federal constituency of Plateau State. Mr. Speaker, just like you mentioned, I was telling my brother that this is not supposed to come through amendment bill. It's supposed to come through constitution. If it's coming with a bill, it's for constitution amendment. It was passed by the last house to allow states exercise and work on that. And so if you are going to come again to amend to include other forces to participate, it has to go through constitutional amendment. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much. Right of reply.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I believe that during the debate, you would have known the reason why we want to repeal this act. Yes, last year, the Constitution was amended in March 2023. But as we speak, I am repealing the act. I'm proposing to repeal the act because that act, the Nigeria Railway Corporation Act, is in conflict as we speak with the Constitution as amended, the 1999 Constitution and as amended in March 2023.
I think you are getting...
I understand, Mr. Speaker.
Let him clarify you, because there is a fundamental issue he's raising.
Thank you.
That will guide you even in what you want to do is possible.
Yes, sir.
But to do it according to our processes. That's what he's pointing.
Well, first of all, the railway activity was on the exclusive list. We now move it to concurrent list, and that was how the constitutional amendment was done. Now, section 1 of the 1999 Constitution is as amended, is very clear. Whatever you have as in the act, the section 1 says any law that is inconsistent with the provision of the Constitution, to the extent of that Constitution, stand null and void. So whatever you have in the act, it cannot supersede the Constitution provision. So if you now want to amend to allow other ones to have, because just it has been moved to the concurrent list now, to have states and federal to participate. If you want to amend that one, it can only come through constitutional amendment, not by act of.
Okay, let me hear.
Something.
Just not,
please.
Wait, you are not. Okay, let's hear from you, Honorable Waloke.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, my fellow colleagues. My name is Oluwole. Okay. I'm from Osun State. I represent the good people of Ijesha North. Mr. Speaker, I want to counsel and advise that we should desist from undermining ourselves. The sponsor of this bill made it very clear, very unambiguous. She is not asking that a section of the Constitution be amended. No. Her bill states clearly repeal of an act of the Parliament. And she has a mischief. Mr. Speaker, it is my prayer that she should be heard. She has a literature, a legislative digest attached to this bill. And it is very clear what she seeks to achieve. Yes, the Constitution has been amended to allow both the state and the federal partake in affairs of managing our railways. But the other act that she's speaking to repeal and amend is very clear. What I'm reading from here, the Nigerian Railway Corporation might become a regulator. If you go to UK, the economy of the United Kingdom rests squarely on transportation, Mr. Speaker. The economy of United States, UK, United Kingdom, rests squarely on transportation and financial services. Sir, we're in a dynamic society. It is my application, therefore, Mr. Speaker, and I so plead, that the promoter, the sponsor of this bill, be listened to. Let us speak to Nigerians. That's my application. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Good. I'm sure Honorable Blessing, your advocate, Honorable Waloke, had made a case that for you to be heard. Let's hear the details of what you wish to present, and then thereafter decide either way to go. And I think you deserve to be heard. So we're just going to move for somebody to second your proposition, and then we'll take it off from there. All right? So let's have the chairman of the youths. Prince, how are you?
Speaker, I remain Olamiju Onlo Ayodeji Alawa Kala, representing the group people of Ogumosho North, Ogumosho South, and the Rire Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I'm from the Pace-Setter State, Oyo State. Mr. Speaker, I rise this afternoon to support to second the motion as ably raised by Honorable Blessing Onua from Benue State. I so second, Mr. Speaker. Thank you so much.
Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Honorable Blessing, lead your debate. Make it straight to the point, please, because we need to go to motions. We'll take two, and then go to consideration of report 2. We might take one more bill.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Dear Speaker, distinguished honorable colleagues, for this great opportunity. Mr. Speaker, there is an extant act guiding the management and operations of the rail system in Nigeria. And that act is known as the Nigeria Railway Corporation Act, which this bill before us seeks to repeal and equally proposes to enact the Nigeria Railway Authority Act for effective management and operations and regulation of the rail system. So, Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, you may recall that the Nigeria Railway Corporation Act was enacted in 1955 and was later amended in 1956 and also in 1958, at the time when Nigeria was preparing for her.
So what is the mischief you want to cure?
Now, I'm coming to that. Wait for the
I want you to come to that straight.
Okay. What I want, Mr. Speaker, is that then, when the act was enacted, our population was low, our economic-related activities were relatively, less. But as at now, we have more population, and times have changed, things have changed. That is why recently the Constitution was amended, taking railway from the exclusive legislative list to the concurrent legislative list, giving powers to both the national legislatures and the state legislatures to make laws in their respective railway sector.
We are aware of that.
So now,
we made a law. I want to know what is the mischief you want to cure? We know the history of the.
The reason why I want this act repealed is that as we speak, it is in conflict with the Constitution. The Act of 1955 gave so much powers to the Nigeria Railway Corporation, making it a regulator and the operator at the same time. So it seems to be in conflict with the Constitution.
So
we have to repeal it and enact the Nigeria Railway Authority Act so that we can create more companies. We need to unbundle the railway sector for efficient service delivery, sir.
I think that is, sit down, please. Thank you. I think there's something missing. There's something she's trying to communicate, and it's not coming out the way she intended it. Because you see, what the former deputy speaker was saying is that for the sake of unbundling, we have lifted it from exclusive to concurrent. Participation of the state, participation of the federal. Okay? The state, they are at liberty to adopt any strategy in carrying out the mandate of that provision of the Constitution. And that includes private sector participation in PPP arrangement with the states. It's clear. Federal government on their part have the right to do that. If you tell us that your bill is seeking to provide on a regulatory body a framework that will regulate what the federal is doing and what the state is doing, okay, which is currently not there because when the one you are repealing was effective, the Constitution did not recognize the state to participate in the mix. So if that is what the mischief you are trying to cure by making this law for regulatory purposes, then I think it's a sound argument. But if it is because our population has increased and we need more people to do business, we have already taken care of that in the Constitution when we unbundled it. So I think, let me hear from you and then we'll rule on this, please.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I think a word is missing in this bill, which is causing the disconnection.
Put the microphone so that they can hear.
The bill simply says repeal. When you repeal, assuming without conceding that this parliament accepts to repeal this act, and we have concurrence in the Senate, and Mr. President has sent, it means that that body is no longer existing. So, but she needs to add reenactment. And so if she has reenactment and you now have a new, she's now proposing that this new, that we should have a new Nigerian Railway Authority that will be saddled with responsibility of regulation that can also put in place regulations, procedures to allow private sector participation. I think that's what she said.
Thank you.
And for my listeners that I've read.
Good observation, because it will not, the space will not operate in a vacuum. If you repeal, our practice is repeal and enact, reenact, or whatever it is, enact. But if you say repeal and there is no reenactment, it means that there is no law guiding that space. So do you wish to step it down, fix it, and bring it back?
Mr. Speaker, sir, if you listen to me, I said repeal and enact.
But that is not what is listed before me.
No, that's what it is. A bill for an act to repeal the Nigeria Railway Corporation Act, and if you look at it.
No, it's not there, ma'am. It's
I
missing.
think it must be a typographical error, sir. It must have been an error. Can we amend it, sir? But I've already debated. Please support me. Let's pass this bill.
Honorable Jimmy, you wanted to say something on this?
I want to draw her attention to some things. She said to provide for the formation of companies. However, the law states that railway shall be fully within the state and federal domain. So I just advise her to maybe step it down and rework all this. She can come back next week. I so submit.
Thank you very much. Honorable Blessing, do you wish to step it down?
As the chair pleases. Thank you for the opportunity, Mr. Speaker.
Not as I please. From the basis of the sound argument, do you wish to step it down?
It's okay, Mr. Speaker. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I don't want it to be under compulsion. If also we'll put it to vote, but if you are doing it willingly, I would prefer you do it willingly. You good?
Though I know if being put to vote, I know that my colleagues will support me, Mr. Speaker, but I want to also listen to the other voices and ask for more time, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
Thank you. That is maturity in legislation, in legislative services, in being a good legislator. Thank you. So this particular bill is stepped down by the leave of the House. I would like you to meet with Honorable Waloke, put heads together with him, and then fine-tune this and bring it back. And also the former Deputy Speaker, put heads together with them, and then come up with something. It's actually, it's a very important thing you are raising there. Very important, but let's just package it well. All right? Let me take one more from Honorable Isiaka. Please just mention and then go to the. So, the fourth order of the day is commencement of debate on the general principle of the bill for an act to repeal National Planning Commission Act, CAP N66 laws of the Federation of Nigeria 2004, establish the Budget and National Planning Office to ensure greater accountability and transparency in national planning and budget, implementation, and for related matters. Standing in the name of Honorable Ibrahim Ayokunle Isiaka. Members will recall that the bill was read the first time on Thursday, 9 May 2024, and I invite Honorable Isiaka to move that the bill be now read the second time.
Once again, our own several speaker. Right Honorable Dr. Ibrahim Ayokunle Isiaka is my name. I speak for and on behalf of the very good people of the Ifoiwe Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, distinguished honorable colleagues, and my leaders, I'm from the fastest growing economic state in Nigeria. I'm from Ogun State. Thank you very much for yielding the floor to me on a bill for an act to repeal the National Planning Commission Act CAP N66, laws of the Federation of Nigeria 2004. Establish the budget and national planning offices to ensure greater accountability and transparency in national planning and budget implementation, and for related matters, HB 1302. My very dearest speaker, I so move that you allow me a late debate on this very national all-important bill. Thank you very much, sir.
Honorable Kuye, second. I say second. Honorable Kuye, second.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, respected colleagues. My name is Hademori Aliukuye, speaking for Shomolu Federal Constituency from Lagos State. I rise to second the motion ably moved by my friend, Honorable Isiaka Ibrahim. I so second.
Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Honorable Isiaka, please.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, once again. This bill, I'm sure my distinguished honorable colleagues, Mr. Speaker, is something that concerns you and I and the entire Nigerians about the dysfunctional National Planning Commission as it were and existing. And Mr. Speaker, it will surprise you, of course, that we've been presiding over that as we speak, there is no any legal framework for the budget office of this federation. That's going to shock everyone. In this wise, we will not come up to say, okay, the National Planning Commission, since it's dysfunctional, and a dysfunctional system, we know the outcome of what it does, the abrupt policy changes, and even ministries working in silos. Mr. Speaker, I would just like to summarize to let us know that a kind of unbundling the commission and without putting any costs or stress on the nation purse, and with the existing staff that we have across the Planning Commission and...
round up. It's a straightforward bill.
Yes, the best brains. We are now going to have the National Planning Office, the Budget Office, and the Center Monitoring, Delivery, and Evaluation Offices. Mr. Speaker, that's all that this bill is trying to kill for the betterment of Nigeria and Nigerians. I so submit, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Thank you. Those in support of this bill, say aye. Those against, say nay. The ayes have it. Clerk, read the long title of the bill.
Right Honorable Speaker, honorable members. A bill for an act to repeal the National Planning Commission Act N66, laws of the Federation of Nigeria 2004. Establish the budget and planning offices to ensure greater accountability and transparency in national planning and budget implementation and for related matters. Second reading.
Thank you. Bill referred to Committee on National Planning and Economic Development. The fifth order is stepped down by the leave of the House. Sixth order is stepped down by the leave of the House. Please, Chairman, Rules and Business, list these two bills as the first ones tomorrow. Those ones we are stepping down now. Ensure that you list them tomorrow.
Noted, Mr. Speaker.
The seventh order of the day is a motion on the need to halt the exit of Kimberly Clark from the Nigerian market, standing in the name of Honorable Babajimi Benson. Honorable Benson is invited to move the motion. Make it very brief, please.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. I remain Babajimi Benson, Ikorodu Federal Constituency. The House notes that some multinational companies operating in Nigeria have been closing down their businesses and leaving shores of the country. The House also notes that the corporations have cited unfavorable business environment, energy costs, and shortage, insecurity, and high cost of raw materials as their reasons for exiting the Nigerian business environment. The House further notes that Kimberly Clark, which came into the important Nigerian diapers and sanitary market about 2 years ago, investing about $100 million in the form of foreign exchange for an FDI, has announced a plan to close down its factory and exit the Nigerian market. Cognizant that Kimberly Clark's products like Huggies and Cortex have contributed positively to the improvement of menstrual and childcare health in Nigeria through the provision of safe sanitary pads and diapers for women and children. Also cognizant that the company has provided over 10,000 direct and indirect jobs at their factory in Ikorodu, Lagos State, and across the country through partnerships and distributorships. The House acknowledges that the federal government is currently making concerted efforts to address issues affecting the ease of doing business in Nigeria, as well as the security challenges, despite potential genuine reasons for exits. The House is further worried that the exit of Kimberly Clark will lead to massive job losses, affect the Nigerian economy, and cause difficulty in getting safe and healthy sanitary products at affordable prices in Nigeria. The House resolves to urge the management of Kimberly Clark to consider its decision to close down the business and exit the Nigerian business environment pending intervention by the House. The House further notes to mandate the Committee on Commerce to urgently meet with the management of Kimberly Clark and relevant government MDAs to discuss their challenges and reasons for exiting Nigeria so as to prefer lasting solutions to these challenges. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Yeah, make it brief. 1 minute, please. 1 minute. We have a meeting by 3.
It will be very brief, Mr. Speaker. My contribution is that I guess because only Lagos was concerned, I'm very sorry, my distinguished honorable colleague mentioning this is a kind of phenomenon that has cut across Nigeria. Glasgow's candidates have spent 51 years in this country. Mr. Speaker, they have left. Equino, having spent 30 years in this country, they have left. Then we have Sanofi, Mr. Speaker, just after 2 years, they have left. We have P&G that have spent 3 decades in this country, they have left. And to cut myself, because I have almost 37 companies that have divested and left this country. And the worst case of it all that we are grappling with now, Mr. Speaker, is the divestment of the oil companies in this country. We have Total Energies, Shell, and other international oil companies, the IOCs, are divesting their assets away from Nigeria, with billions of investments going to other African countries that they feel have better business environment than Nigeria. For instance, Total Energy is increasing its stakes in Angola and Congo, Mr. Speaker. And we are still grappling with the issue and the problem of human japa, the Nigerians that are japaing from the country. Now we have companies japaing away from our country, and we need to rescue this situation, Mr. Speaker. And just limiting it, I would have loved to say the entire committees in this house to deal with this issue. But you permit and give me to make amendment, that it cannot just be commerce. Since we cannot use 149 committees to deal with this very issue, because it cuts across even the oil and gas industry, Mr. Speaker, would have preferred that a special committee should be set up to deal with this particular issue, to rescue this situation. Those who have not left, let us stop them. Those who have gone, let us see how we can appeal to them if they want to come back. And those who have not even considered leaving at all, Mr. Speaker, in fact, this is supposed to be a sectoral debate, because that is the bastion of the economy of this country. We should not allow these people to go. We have to beg them. If I can prostrate here, the last one, they say they are ready to leave. They should not go, because once they are leaving together with, because our youth that they have employed, they are going to become unemployed in the society. So, Mr. Speaker, I want to amend that not just Committee on Commerce, there should be an ad hoc committee, Mr. Speaker, to deal with this issue, especially even the assets they are divesting from this country.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Thank you. Enough of, because we have another meeting that is coming up. So yes, what you are amending is that the prayer should be ad hoc committee, a special committee to be set up. That's your amendment. Any seconder to the amendment? Any seconder to the amendment? Yes, Billy.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My honorable colleagues, I remain Honorable Chief Dr. Billy Famous Adesuwa Osawaru, representing the good people of Orienwo Federal Constituency of Edo State, a very proud Bini chief. Mr. Speaker, I rise to second the amendment ably moved by my colleague. I so second.
Those in support of this amendment say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Amendment again. Let me hear you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Honorable Uchenna Harris Okonkwo, representing Demili North and South. Mr. Speaker, my amendment comes as an additional prayer to urge the management of Kimberly-Clark to dialogue with Nigerian investors in applying first right of refusal for possible purchase of their assets, investments, and brands in Nigeria. Mr. Speaker, I so amend.
I think that is the work of the ad hoc special committee. It's not, yes, please.
Mr. Speaker, already we have moved that a committee should look into it, telling them to sell or other people to purchase their property while we are appealing that they should not go. We are contradicting.
That's exactly what that was. I think the special committee will handle that. You wish to step down your amendment?
Yes, I wish to step down an amendment given that the special committee that would be handling this matter. Thank you.
Those in support of this motion say aye. I mean the motion as amended. Those in support of the motion as amended say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. This motion is referred to a special committee that will be set up by tomorrow. Deputy Chairman of Rules and Business, welcome back to the House. I want you to move that we step down the 9th order to the 15th order.
Not yet, Mr. Speaker.
I didn't get you. I don't think he understood me. Honorable Inua, I think you will take the next order and then we'll step down 9th order to 15th order. Okay, so the 8th order of the day is a motion on the oil exploration activities in Gombe and Bauchi State, standing in the name of Honorable Inua. Honorable Gaba, you are invited to move the motion. Just mention it and go to the prayers, please.
Thank you, the People's Speaker. I'm Right Honorable Indo Garba, member representing Yama to the federal constituency from Gombe State and from the most backward and neglected zone of the Northeast in Nigeria, sir. I rise to raise a motion as on the issue to investigate the issue of oil exploration activities in Gombe and Bauchi State in Northeast geopolitical zone, Mr. Speaker. The House knows that the exploration in Kolmani oil field between Gombe and Bauchi State commenced in 2016, leading to the inauguration of Kolmani Integrated Development Project by former President Muhammad Buhari in collaboration with the current President Ahmed Bola Tinubu in November 2022, after the discovery of about 1 billion barrels of crude oil and 500 billion cubic feet of gas in the licensed area categorized as Oil Prospecting Lease, OPL 810 and 809. Also note that the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation Limited attracted over $3 billion investment, including petrochemical, refining site, oil refinery of 120,000 barrels per day.
Please go to your prayers. It's listed on our paper. Just go to prayers.
Thank you, sir. Let me finish this paragraph, sir. About 500 million cubic feet per day, a fertilizer plant, and 300 megawatt of electricity power plant. In addition, it is expected to afford the country with the opportunity of withdrawing from hydrocarbon map.
Please go to your prayers. Go to your prayers.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Looking at the importance of this motion, Mr. Speaker, I come up with a motion that the committees on oil, the House should mandate the Committee on Petroleum Resources, upstream, downstream, midstream, and gas with the Northeast Development Commission to investigate why this exercise is declining day after day, that the companies are packing out of the site to report back in 4 weeks to this honorable House. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, I was expecting that amendment.
Mr. Speaker, respected colleagues, my name is Ahmed Idris. I represent West Federal Constituency for Plateau State. While upstream may have something to do in there, gas committee, I do not think there's any need for Northeast Development Committee to be involved in this matter. So I want to delete a Northeast Development Committee as part of those to investigate. Thank you, sir. And downstream too.
Any second to that amendment? Yes. My palace.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Kabiru Ahmed, my palace is my name. I represent the entire people of Gusau Federal Constituency. I'm from Zamfara State. I rise to second the amendment made by Deputy Speaker. I saw second. Former Deputy Speaker, I saw second. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Those in support of this amendment say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Those in support of the motion as amended? I just got the information that that motion was not seconded. Okay, please. Prince, second it, please.
Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, I am Prince Kayode Moshood Akiolu, representing good people of Lagos Island Federal Constituency 2 and from Lagos State. I rise to second the motion ably moved by my brother for Zamfara. I so second. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Sorry, from Gombe. Sorry.
Those in support of the motion as amended, say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. This motion is referred to Committee on Petroleum Resources Upstream, petroleum resources downstream, petroleum resources midstream, gas resources committees of the House. Please, Deputy Chairman, Rules and Business, move that the 9th order to the 15th order.
Mr. Speaker, you are stepping my motion for the second time.
Yes, till tomorrow, that would take. They populated the business of the day so much that we couldn't finish all of them.
Same here, Mr. Chairman, Chairman of the Youth. This is the third time.
You are not supposed to speak until you are recognized. Next time you do that, you frown at it. It's not good. The same thing goes for Honorable Runrum. It's not the parliamentary practice. You have to be recognized before you use your microphone, please, so that we don't teach these new ones a wrong practice. He just referred to you now. Rules and Business, those who are stepping down, it's almost 3 o'clock. We have a meeting by 3 o'clock. Make the order paper as light as possible, please, so that we can take care of those ones we are stepping down today.
Thank you,
okay?
Mr. Speaker.
Good.
Noted, sir.
So I'm still waiting for you to move.
Mr. Speaker, my distinguished colleagues, I rise up to suggest that, considering the time factors and other engagement of the House, I wish to suggest that motion number 1 to 15 be moved, 9 to 15 be moved to next sitting. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yes. Any seconder? Any seconder? Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My honorable colleague, my name is Honorable Mohammed Ang Abashehu, member representing Zaki Federal Constituency. I'm from Bauchi State. Mr. Speaker, I rise to second the motion ably moved by the Deputy Leader to step the motion from 9 to.
It's not the Deputy Leader, it's the Deputy Chairman, Rules and
Business. Deputy Chairman, Rules and Business, to step the existing motion. Thank you.
Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Motion, order 9 to 15 hereby stepped down by the leave of the House. The 16th order of the day is consideration of report of the Conference Committee on Bill for an Act to establish the Southeast Development Commission, charged with the responsibility, among other things, to receive and manage funds. Honorable members will recall that the report was laid on Wednesday, 5th June, 2024. Honorable Kingsley Chinda will move for its consideration.
Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues, Kingsley Chinda, I rise to move that the House do resolve into Committee of the Whole to consider the report on HB 626. I so move.
A member of the committee, conference committee that is in the House, Honorable Ototunebu, can you second?
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise to second the motion moved by my leader here for the House to move to Committee of Whole to consider the report of the conference committee. I so move. I so second.
Those in support of the motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The 17th order of the day is consideration of four reports. But we'll make it, for the sake of time, one report. Starting in the name of the House Leader. The Leader will move for their consideration, for his consideration.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Distinguished honorable colleagues, Abdullah Ibrahim Halim is my name. I'm from Kogi State. I represent Ankpa Omala Federal Constituency. I hereby move for a bill for an act to establish the National Postgraduate College of Medical Laboratory Science to conduct professional postgraduate examination for candidates into various specialties in medical laboratory science and for related matters, HB 310.
Thank you. Minority Leader, please.
Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues, I rise to second the motion that HB 310 be considered in the Committee of the Whole. I so second.
Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Leader, please move that the House do resolve into the Committee of the Whole to consider the report.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Once again, Abdullah Ibrahim Halim is my name from Kogi State. I hereby move that the House resolve to Committee of the Whole for consideration of these two reports. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Minority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues, I rise to second the motion as moved by the House Deputy Leader.
Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The House hereby resolve into the Committee of the Whole. Honorable colleagues, the report to be considered is that of the Conference Committee on a bill for an act to establish the Southeast Development Commission charged with the responsibility, among other things, to receive and manage funds from allocation of the Federation account for the reconstruction and rehabilitation of roads, houses, and other infrastructural damages suffered by the region as a result of the effect of the Civil War, as well as tackle the ecological problems and any other related environmental or development challenges in the Southeast states, and for related matters. I invite Honorable Kingsley Chinda to give the synopsis of the report.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, my dear colleagues. Kingsley Chinda. My dear colleagues, the Southeast Development Bill, HB 626, went into the Conference Committee of the House and Senate, and only one issue was considered, the area of disagreement between the two houses. That is Section 2, Sub 2A, which has to do with the establishment of the governing board. Whilst the Senate has it that the appointment by Mr. President of the members shall be subject to confirmation of Senate, the House version had that it shall be subject to confirmation of the National Assembly, and after due consideration, the Senate version was adopted. I would therefore urge that we adopt the recommendation of the Conference Committee. Thank you, sir.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Because the presentation by my very dearest brother, Honorable Chinda, Minority Leader, I'm sorry, with due respect, because this is now becoming a recurrent decimal. Each time we have conference committees, and then it involves approval or passage for nominations. The Senate will always tell us to remove National Assembly. I'm sorry if you can explain to us the rationale behind this. Is it because of Constitution, or is it just a policy or a principle? Because if you say National Assembly, why do we not normally have conference committees that will involve the Senate and the House of Representatives? When it now comes to appointment, they always restrict it and insist that only the Senate. Maybe, sorry, as a veteran, if you can let us know the reason behind this, next time, if any of us find ourselves in the position of these conference committees, we'll be able to know how to address it. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
I have something to say, but let me hear from the Right Honorable Idris Wase, and then Minority Leader before.
Mr. Chair, expert colleagues, my name is Ahmed Idris. I represent Wase Federal Plateau State. Mr. Chairman, we are considering conference report. And in conference report, you don't debate it. You just adopt. So it's not at this point for us to begin to hear what is and why did they go to do that. Because we can't alter, we can't change, so we're expected to only adopt. And we cannot even amend. So I want to ask my brother and other colleagues to step down their emotions and allow us, maybe when we go into executive session at another time, we can now talk to ourselves as to what we feel and how things could be done differently. Thank you very much, sir. So that we don't go against FAL, we get against our own.
Thank you. Actually, that's the position. When it comes to conference of report, you just adopt because we have gone through debate. But I'm sure what you wanted to pass was an information that when it comes to appointments, that the Senate seems to have upper hand. It is based on our Constitution. And in the course of the Constitutional review, some have submitted memoranda to amend it, so that where Senate appears, it should be replaced with National Assembly. That is ongoing in the Constitutional review. So that is, and those we sent to go and do the conference, they considered the position of the Constitution before they accepted the position of the Senate. It was not imposed on them. No. Conference report is just one issue that was mentioned, and I will just read it out and we'll say adopted. Okay? The chairman, managing director, 3 executive directors, and other members of the board shall be appointed by the president subject to the confirmation of the Senate. Adopted? 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 The last one has to do with the bill for an act to establish the National Postgraduate College of Medical Laboratory Science to conduct professional postgraduate examination for candidates into various specialties in medical laboratory science and for related matters. I invite the leader to give the synopsis of the bill. I think it's straightforward.
This is my name. I'm from Kogi State, and I rise to make move for a bill for an act to establish the National Postgraduate College of Medical Laboratory Science to conduct professional postgraduate examination for candidates into various specialties in medical laboratory science and for related matters. This bill, as it is stated, it is intended to bring out qualities and skills to making more of professionalism in medical laboratory science and for related matters. I so move that, yes, consideration should be given.
Thank you very much. So the question is that 16 clauses be made part of this bill. Clause 1 to 10. Clause 11 to 16. Schedule. Explanatory memorandum. Long title. Leader, please move that the House returns to plenary to...
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, distinguished honorable colleagues.
Report progress.
I hereby move that the House return to plenary for adoption of the considered report. Thank you.
Leader.
Mr. Chairman, my dear colleagues, I rise to second the motion that the House do return back to plenary to report progress of the conference of the Committee of the Whole.
Thank you. Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The House hereby reverts to plenary to report progress. The Housing Committee of the Whole considered a report on the Conference Committee on a bill for an act to establish the Southeast Development Commission charged with the responsibility, among other things, to receive and manage funds from allocation of the Federation account for the reconstruction and rehabilitation of roads, houses, and other infrastructural damages suffered by the region as a result of the effect of the civil war, as well as tackle the ecological problems and other related environmental or developmental challenges in the southeastern states, and for related matters, and adopted the report of the conference committee. The House in Committee of the Whole considered the report on a bill for an act to establish a National Postgraduate College of Medical Laboratory Science to conduct professional postgraduate examination for candidates into various specialties in medical laboratory science and for related matters, and approved clauses 1 to 16, the schedule, explanatory memorandum, and the long title of the bill. Please, Leader, move that the House do adjourn to tomorrow. Please move for the adoption of the report, please. Please put on your mark and move for the adoption of the report from the Committee of the Whole.
I've moved.
Move again. They want to record.
I hereby move. Sorry?
Seconder, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Speaker, I rise to second the motion that the House do adopt the report from the Committee of the Whole. I so second.
Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The report from the Committee of the Whole is hereby adopted as a working instrument of the Parliament. Leader, please move that the House do adjourn to tomorrow. Same time, same place.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Distinguished honorable colleagues, Abdullah Ibrahim is still my name. I move that the House adjourn to 60th day of June, same time, same place. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Please, Leader.
Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues, I rise to second the motion for adjournment. I so second.
Thank you. Before I put the question, I want to commend our members for being with us up to this time. Because we did not sit yesterday, it pushed our burden to today. And that was why the other paper got populated. And I'm sure by tomorrow they will make it lighter so that we don't stay this long. That is one of the consequences of the strike, because our own staff were also involved. But I want to appreciate you for waiting up till this time. Those who could not do their bills or their motions today, we'll prioritize them tomorrow. By tomorrow, we'll prioritize them. Thank you very much. I ask the question. Those in support of the motion that the House do adjourn to tomorrow, same time, same place, say aye. Those against, say nay. The ayes have it. The House is hereby adjourned to tomorrow, same time, same place.